or actually welcome to a new Poker Life podcast, High Stakes PLO edition. We are trying this today for the first time on Twitch. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm excited to find out with my friend, Team PokerStars Online Pro. His name is GodlikeRoy. GodlikeRoy, how's it going, my friend?
Good man, good man. It's good to be here for the first. Is this your first live stream on Twitch, or you done something else before?
This is my first podcast on Twitch. So an actual, what's the difference between a podcast and a live stream? I'm not really sure, but
Potato.
Yeah, this is my first time, and so we might have some technical difficulties here happening with my. We might have some technical difficulties with things. I'm gonna get this figured out first because I've never really streamed someone else talking on Twitch. I gotta make sure the audio is okay, and I can make sure they can hear you okay. And then we can get into things. So.
Do we have a delay, or is it live?
It'll be live when we figure it out, but it might actually not be. If you're watching this later on YouTube, guys, I apologize for the errors right now. I'll put something. I'll put some sort of annotation in the description where you can click ahead. And I'm
refreshing your Twitch page and it's not coming up yet. So.
Yeah, Dun 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 dun. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Fuck's sakes. I think we're actually on Twitch. Let's start over. Welcome to the High Stakes PLO podcast. My name's Joey Ingram1, aka Chicago Joey. We're joined today by GodlikeRoy, member of PokerStars Team Online Pro and avid PLO player who's also been streaming on Twitch lately. That was a way better intro. What's up, Roy?
Yeah, the second intro is way better. Came with like a bound of excitement, and it's actually working. I can see it now, so good stuff, man.
I'm really excited. Roy, thanks for joining me today. Guys, we're streaming on Twitch for the first time, an actual podcast. I stream on Twitch sometimes. You know, we back the truck up, we talk some shit, we give some shout-outs, we show some love. But we don't actually try a podcast form on Twitch. Rumcakes, the guy, he's like a Twitch end boss. He keeps saying, Joe, please try your podcast on Twitch. I think you'll like it. I don't necessarily agree with him. I think I'm going to ban a lot of people today. But we're going to find out with Roy, man. Roy, tell the people about yourself a little bit. How long have you been playing PLO for? Just tell them, give them a little brief rundown just for people that don't know who you are.
All right. I've been playing PLO for 5-6 years now. I've been playing poker professionally for maybe 9. You know, I started out of high school, or I dropped out of uni first year. So when I was 18-ish, I started playing poker, and you know, I was same as everyone, no limit hold'em, boring, you know, cash games, some tournaments, dabbled in sit and goes, and then did that for a few years. It went pretty well. I kind of got bored, and I tried playing all sorts of mixed games. So PLO, I played a lot of the deuce to 7 games. A bit of start in 08 and just kind of everything, and then had some friends who were doing pretty well in PLO, and I was like, this is fun, and you know, there were tons of games running. That was the thing that I guess separated PLO from all the other kind of mixed games. So I was just like, you know, let's commit, let's learn this game and see where it can take us. It would have been like 2008, I'd say, around then. So maybe 7 years now. Jeez, it's been a while. And then yeah, I've just been playing since then. I guess infamously known for short stacking most of the time back then. Back then it was like the exception, the rare thing, the scumbaggy thing to do. But yeah, it seems a lot more accepted now. You know, by most, I'd say. It's probably some people who still hate it, but yeah.
So I can confirm that I used to say the words Roy and I hate this motherfucking short stacking piece of shit motherfucker. Probably, honestly, I have to admit I've said that maybe 575 times. And not only because I feel like you were a good short stacker, but you also ran so fucking good consistently on a daily basis for years. This wasn't a one-time thing. This was literally years you ran good. Maybe it was just versus me. I'm not sure, but there's been some speculation you're approximately $700,000 above EV short stacking. Can you confirm or deny this claim?
It's funny, I was thinking about that earlier. I mean, maybe it's just against you, but everyone seems to say that I run really, really, really good. But when I look at, you know, lifetime EV graphs, it's pretty close to even, you know, over a few million hands. I'm not up much or down much, so Maybe because we were just getting all in so much, and you just remember the times that I beat you or double up through you. Rather, I don't really stack anyone, or didn't. But selective memory or something. I don't run that much better or worse than anyone, I think.
Yeah, I actually remember any time you got over 100 big blinds, which obviously was very rare. Like, I would try to go all in with any hands versus you just to try to beat you out of that big pot. And now I see where you gain your edge at. You gain your edge against dumb people like me who are like, all right, I want to beat Roy. I want to beat him this hand.
Well, like back in the day, it used to be when you could short stack for 20 big blinds. Literally, people just ignored you, or they were just like, yeah, let me just get all in with anything and double this guy up so he has a reasonable stack. So people like opening for pot, 3-betting pot with any 4 cards really, because people 3-bet any 4 double suited cards those days. And then you're sitting there with 20 bigs with aces, kings, ace, king, 10, 8, and you're like, all right, and they didn't care. So hedges were ridiculous back then. Way. It was like 20 big blinds, then they upped it to 35, I think, and then 40, and then you could come back within half an hour, and then 2 hours, and then now it's 8 times a day. So it's just gotten worse and worse for the short stackers. I can't argue with any of the changes. I think they were reasonable. So yeah.
Thank God they changed that kind of shit, man. Because yeah, they feel like this PokerStars kind of put a dent in the short stacking economy for a little bit. I mean, with Zoom now, I'm not quite sure how it works where you can rebuy and come back in, but how does that work for Zoom now with the changes for you buying for 50 big blinds?
Yeah, you can buy in for 50, and you can leave whenever and come back for 50 again. But the same with regular tables, you can only do that I think 8 times in like a 20-hour period. And then you just have to come back in for whatever the shortest stack you had. So let's say you have 50 bigs, you run up to 90 and leave. And then after you do that 8 times, the next time you buy in, you have to buy in for 90 bigs. So I think that's the buy-in obligations that they unrolled last year.
Okay.
I think it's reasonable and makes sense. Like, I can't argue with any of those changes. I just took advantage of the situation when it was what it was back in the day.
Listen, we're not going to glorify short stacking any longer in this podcast, right? I'm sorry, we can't talk about how glorious it was and how much.
I guess all PLO, all poker was glorious back then.
That's true, guys. We are live streaming this on Twitch. If you have questions, comments for Roy, Roy's been streaming on Twitch as well a lot lately. He's probably Roy. You plan to stream a lot on Twitch in the future, a lot of PLO.
Yeah, I'm going to be streaming tons of PLO going forward.
Fuck yes, I made an announcement also, guys, in the 2+2 thread, high stakes PLO on 2+2, and I'm going to be streaming for going forward most days, possibly 7 days a week on Twitch. I won't always be streaming me playing. I have a couple different formats of ideas I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be working with some other streamers introduce them to PLO. I'm going to be helping out some beginners. I'm going to be giving some beginner tips. The overall goal is to get as many people playing the wonderful game of Pot Live in Omaha from Twitch as I possibly can. I know Roy shares my same desires and ideas and dreams for me in that regard as well. So if you want to watch some PLO, you'll be able to watch me and Roy going forward in some type of way. So what do you think about PLO on Twitch, Roy? What do you think about PLO compared to No Limit if you had to introduce it to a new player who just found you on Twitch?
I mean, first of all, I think that's awesome that you're going to be streaming and getting new people into Twitch, into poker from Twitch. Like at the moment, you look at Twitch poker and it's just hold them. It's mostly tournaments as well. Tournament hold them. And we've got Verve streaming now. We've got Butters Poker and CG and me. We're the only like real regular-ish PLO streamers. If you come on, we get a few more people on. We'll start getting PLO, in the top few all the time, which is I think awesome. Yeah, when someone new comes to the stream, sometimes they're like, what is this game? They see 4 cards, they don't understand it. And I tell them it's the more exciting, fun variant of poker, better than No Limit Hold'em. You get 4 cards, you can make way more hands, it's just more fun. And then I tell them it's more profitable. It's, I think win rates are higher, everyone sucks more relative to Hold'em. People kind of got Hold'em figured out a bit more. It's just a better game, and it's more fun, it's exciting, it's interesting, it's profitable. So yeah, and then I've had so many people say like I haven't played poker for 6 years, but you've got me excited, so I just jumped $50 online and I'm loving PLO, or like I decided to switch from Hold'em and stuff like that. And it's just when I hear stuff like that, I'm just I'm energized to keep streaming. So that's the goal.
Yeah, I think that I've also gotten a bunch of messages like that, probably like 100 messages, that same thing where people that said that they didn't really have the love for poker anymore when it came to playing No Limit, but once they started playing Pot Love in Omaha, they got really re-energized about learning poker and about playing poker, and I think that a lot of people will possibly feel that way if they try PLO.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Who we got in the chat today, man? We got Greg Noble. Greg is alleging that he's drunk. Greg was also making some allegations that I gave my friend Rufinal last night on Twitter. He mentioned this, and I then alleged that he was just jealous that I wasn't drugging him. So shout out to Greg. What's up, Greg? We got Bruno Panda. What's up, Bruno? G-Del. What's up, G-Del? Way to hold down the moderation on here, my friend. Jamal Sander, what's up, puppy? Daniel claims my pecs are getting bigger. I mean, you know, I'm not going to take my shirt off or something like that, but, you know, I can confirm that might be true. DC, what's up? Wizard of Poker, what's up, puppy? Do you ever use the words papi, mami, papacita, papito, papinga, or anything like that?
No, but I've been watching your streams more, and I'm getting the bug, so I think I'm going to start using them a little bit more. But if you're asking like day to day, like in Australia or in India or whatever, if we use those words, no, we're not like I don't know, not like Brazil, where it's common.
Puppy, yeah. So you just went to India. I think you were on a vacation there, right?
Yeah, my brother got married, so at the start of middle of Feb, I was there for a couple of weeks, and dude, poker is blowing up there. It is really ridiculous. I'm super excited for just where poker in India could go, and is going to go, I think. Like the Stars just signed that Indian Pro, and I think like the law is loosening up a little bit, so it's more and more acceptable to play online, or maybe they can start advertising more or whatever. But I've seen more like Indian flags flying in the Stars lobby as well, so more people are definitely on there. And they're generally not that good. So I don't want to offend my people, but they're the kind of players we want. They like to gamble. They got money and they like to gamble. So
Roy, I'm gonna play some word association with you, and well, actually I'm not sure if this is called word association, but Indian player. So when I hear the word Indian player, I think a couple words I think of that come to mind in regards to Pot Love in Omaha. With the exception of you, I don't even count you as Indian. You're Australian to me.
Yeah.
Crazy, fun. That's it. Crazy and fun.
I think that I aside from myself, but yeah, as you said, anyone with an Indian flag, it's kind of rare to see someone playing PLO with an Indian flag, but it's getting less rare. I don't think I've seen someone with less than like a 70% VPIP. They just love to play hands, and that's their style. Works for them, works for us.
Works for us all. Some people are saying in the chat that your microphone is low, so I'm going to try to fix that if I can.
Alrighty, I think it's fine. Should be fine on my end.
Yeah, it looks. I have the input settings. Let me see. Man, this Twitch, guys. We're gonna get Twitch down better. We're not playing great on Twitch right now. It looks like I can turn up audio on this.
Technical difficulties. All right, I turned mine up as much as it could. It was at like 85%. I made it 100.
Okay. Maybe I can even out the microphone levels here. We're troubleshooting, guys. This is our first time on. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I know it sounds good to me too. I'm not quite sure what. Oh, we got a ban. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, my first ban. I'm so excited. I think that do you ever ban people on Twitch? I feel like that's one of the great. Actually, I unbanned him because I like him. But that's one of the great things about Twitch is they have this thing where you can just ban people.
Yeah, I was actually just looking through my channel before, and it lists the amount of people you've banned, or it lists their names. I had like 10 people that I banned, so I'm pretty liberal with who I allow to chat. Unless someone's being a real dick or spammy or whatever, I'll let them say their 2 cents. I'm not gonna mute the people.
Yeah, I like to mute the people. I gotta be honest. I like to keep
we have different banning styles for sure.
I feel like
modern styles.
I feel like you want to build like a place of positivity. You want to dissuade the negativity from coming into your stream. And one way to do that is by what I learned from my favorite dictator in the world, Kim Jong-un, is that you set a harsh pace, you set a harsh tone, and you lay down the law fast. So if someone gets out of line, you kill the motherfucker, you ban them. And as moving forward for you, as your stream becomes more and more popular, maybe you should remember the teachings of Kim Jong-un. As a
I'll take that to heart.
Right, as a godlike person yourself. I mean, you're claiming to be godlike Roy. Well, Kim Jong-un, I'm sure, claims to be a god as well to his people.
I'm sure his people think he's an actual god. The way they're brainwashed, but yeah, I think the problem with that is, though, you start banning any negativity in Twitch chat, and all of a sudden you got 3 people left, because Twitch chat, it can get kind of crazy. Like, people are just, they'll say anything, and you ban them, and then maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna show you that guy, but you don't want to piss too many people off. We have different styles. You can have your channel where you just ban everyone. It's a super positive, great vibe, and then people want to be like, ah, PLO sucks. They can say that in my channel, and I'll be like, I'll set them straight.
I actually enjoy watching your chat. I don't know why. I mean, I enjoy hearing your dude thinks Joe is straight up nuts. Yeah, there's some speculation, Roy. I've known Roy. How long have I actually known you for, like, in some capacity?
It's years. Like, I mean, it's got to be at least 5, right? You've been 4, 5 years?
2010. Yeah, 2010.
Yeah. I mean, we used to grind 2-4, 20 tables together back in the day.
We literally grinded 2-4, 20 tables for hours.
Yeah. You're definitely one of the players I have the most hands logged against. I think easily 6 figures.
How much am I up versus you?
Oh, I have no idea. I'd have to load up my old database, which I don't think I have here.
Oh, okay. But we got CG. We got CG in the chat. So CG also, guys, has been streaming PLO on Twitch. He's been streaming some 1020 lately. His name on YouTube is, on Twitch is SIGEE. And if you ever see him playing, he'll always be streaming PLO. I think he might stream some mixed games or some tournaments as well. You mentioned him. Have you got a chance to see his stream yet?
Yeah, I checked it out for half an hour, a couple of days ago. I think it's great when anyone's streaming PLO, and he seems to be streaming, like you said, 1020, so higher stakes, and that's always going to bring viewers in. People get excited by the bigger numbers, and especially in PLO because the player pool is so small. You get to see the same regs over and over, so you build that kind of the history and dynamic which people love. Whereas me, I like 1, 2, and 2, 5. Get a little bit of that, but it's usually 5 new people most of the time. You get a new table.
Yeah. I think also CG might be learning PLO at the current moment in time. He's trying to get better at the game, so I don't think there's as much strategy being talked. But it's it's not the most strategic stream, but I enjoy watching it because it's high stakes PLO and. Yeah.
I don't think you need to necessarily be like a strategic stream to do well at Twitch. It's one of the things you can do. Like basically what I do, I talk people through my hands and tell them how to play decent PLO. I'm not going to pretend to be great, but how to not suck. Basically, people can figure it out, and maybe they're not going to lose at the micro stakes. Maybe they can win and move on up. You can be entertaining, like sticky rice. You don't have to do anything strategic, right? You could just play high stakes, and you can talk about anything. You could just talk about the chat and not really go into too much strategic detail. I think that's one of the things that's like deterring higher stakes players from playing and streaming too much, because if they try to give away strategy, talk about their opponents or their own game, they're giving away enough just showing their whole cards every hand. If they go into detail, then they're losing too much money, I think. And you don't come to Twitch to make money, but it's silly at that point.
Well, that's always been my biggest deterrent from streaming on Twitch more often, is just because I really never put much thought into it in terms of what other type of formats I could do outside of just streaming my direct whole cards and playing. And I feel like there are definitely a lot of different ideas you can do, and those are things, as of recently, I don't even know what happened. I felt like really inspired. I was like, you know what? I think I was chatting with you, and I was like, we need to try to get the word out there to the Apollo and Omaha game, I guess as good as we possibly can, I think. And I don't really think there's anyone taking the charge in the PLO community right now to maybe try to blow their channel up. So we'll try it out and we'll see what happens. But I just think PLO is such a, we mentioned this earlier, PLO is just such a fun game. You get 4 fucking cards, guys. You get 4 cards. I mean, can you even imagine the type of hands you can make with 4 cards? And obviously there are some downsides. You know, the rake at the lower stakes, it does sometimes affect the game more than it would at no limit. But as you said, the player skill levels are quite lower. At an average 25-cent, 50-cent table, no limit compared to PLO, I mean, you might have no one good at the PLO table. Whereas at the no limit table, you might have 6 pretty solid guys, not doing something great, but certainly not giving away money. Maybe you know, -1 BB per 100 losers or something like that post rake. And against those guys, you're really not making a ton of money. It's not exciting. It's not very fun. Whereas at PLO, against those same type of players, they're still making like pretty big mistakes in certain situations that you can take advantage of. And I don't know, man. I'm getting excited. Yeah, I'm getting pumped up. Right?
Yeah, it's great. Like, just the number of people that are just getting into PLO or excited by it. Just, I mean, my measly little stream, I get a few hundred viewers at a time, but people keep coming back. They like it, and then we get some new people in, and you know, the more time that's being spent streaming PLO on Twitch, like by me, by you, by CG, by others, just the bigger the game's going to get, the more new players we'll get, and that's all we can ask for.
That's true. We got my boy Professional Poker in the house. What's up, Mike? I don't know if they call him Mike or Michael, but Professional Poker, he's got this sweet-ass blue name on 2+2. If you ever see him, have you seen his name on there?
Yeah, it's blue. Actually, I bought a book on 2+2 like a year ago, and like literally 20 minutes ago, I was searching for it through my email, and the email was from like Professional Poker, and I'm like, oh, yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Yeah,
man, Mike's the man. Mike, also, I know he's an alleged award-winning producer, which that's pretty fucking sick. And I think you might be a Twitch pro, Mike. So if you're a Twitch pro, and can I ask you some questions later? Because I'm trying to. I mean, everyone in here has these fancy templates, and they have this like the sounds all pimped out and stuff like that. And I'm playing pretty badly. I have no idea how to do any of that type of stuff. I don't know how to make the microphone. I don't know how to like do much right now. So I'm still learning. And if anyone is interested in helping and trying to better, I mean, I think Roy's in the same learning phases as well on Twitch. We're kind of just figuring things out. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I didn't have like a fancy overlay for ages, and I tried to pay someone to make it for me. Like you go on Reddit and you find some specialists who make these overlays, pay them a few bucks. But I contacted 2 guys, and they're both like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know, one guy was my internet is not set up at home yet. I need a couple of days. I'm just moved. The other guy just like emailing back and forth, what do you want? And then neither of them did it. They just kind of stopped responding. So I was just like, fuck it, let me just throw something together, and then I made it myself. But just kind of, you got to learn. I think it's better if you do it yourself, because then you can, you know, if you want to change it up, you know how to change it and what goes into it all. But yeah, definitely still learn.
That's kind of been my approach on almost everything I do. Instead of paying someone to do it, I learn to do it myself, and I feel like that has longer. Yeah, it has better long-term value. At the same time, you might spend some time wasting time to learn something new or try something new, but overall, I feel like I definitely think it's hurt me in a lot of ways. Another thing.
I mean, yeah, it depends how much you invest into it. Like now that I've done it, I'd probably, if I want to like create something amazing, like mine's probably like a 5 or 6 out of 10 the way it looks at the moment. If I want to get to a 10 out of 10, I have to invest so much time, and even then I could probably not do as good a job as some of those, you know, the experts in Photoshop and Twitch and stuff. So then maybe it's worth, you know, throwing someone $50 or whatever to make a really nice overlay for me.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a balance.
Something to look into. So you're you know, I've always admired your admired's the right word. I've admired your 2+2 approach, because on 2+2 I've never seen you get out of line with a post. This is probably why you made Team PokerStars Online Pro, because you're always very helpful to people when they ask questions. You never troll. You never get mad at anybody. You never say anything that's like emotionally charged. You know, like, is that like a conscious effort you've made over the years to have that type of I guess approach to 2+2 poker forum?
I mean, it's somewhat of a conscious effort, because you can type out so you have time to think. If you're really, really, really mad, you know, you can maybe reel it back in a bit, see if there's any benefit to actually posting that. But that's just mostly just like my personality. I'm just chilled, laid back guy. I don't get riled up. I don't get angry at people. Like if someone says something, just like I used to get a lot of hate because I short stacked and I hit and run and everything, and people would just be like, "Oh, this fucker," or you know, get out of our games, or play a real stack, LOL. And I'm just like, okay. Whatever, I don't care what you think. There's no point just fighting on the internet or trolling on 2+2 or anything. There's just no point. Like, I'd rather just, as you said, just be positive, spread positivity, and yeah, that's just been my approach, and it's probably my approach in all things. Twitch, not banning people very liberally, and yeah, maybe it has something to do with getting onto Team Online, but I don't think it did anything to help, but it definitely wouldn't have hurt me. Like, if they were thinking, I was on the fence, they're like, are we going to sign this guy or not? And they looked at my 2+2 posts and had a bunch of crap like ranting off or getting into forum fights with people or just generally being angry. It could have hurt me, I guess, but it was never something I thought about when I'm making posts.
Well, how do you think exactly you got to be a Team Online player on PokerStars?
So I think they were looking to add someone from like Australia. So was the crux of it. Maybe from PLO or just someone from Australia. And I kind of filled the niche being from Australia and playing PLO because I didn't have any PLO players at the time. And yeah, so they just called me up one day and they were like, "Hey, we're thinking of adding adding a new Aussie to Team Online. Would you be interested?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah. Of course I'm interested." And they're like, "All right, cool. Well, we have like a short list of people we're looking at. We'll probably make our decision in a couple months. We'll let you know." And I'm like, "All right, cool. Is there anything I should do?" Or they're like, "No, just keep doing what you're doing. We like what we're seeing. Blah blah blah." And so I was doing like blogging, and I was on Twitter back when Twitter wasn't as everywhere as it is today. Posting on 2+2. I was playing a bunch online. Most of the stuff I was going to do anyway. Like, I enjoyed blogging and I posted on 2+2 heaps anyway. So I just kept doing it, and then yeah, maybe 2-3 months later, they called me up and they're like, "Yeah, we'll like to invite you to the team officially." And I'm like, "Sweet, I'm in. This is awesome." And it's basically how it happened.
This is Roy. This is what it's like for Roy, guys. He's just sitting there in Australia. PokerStars messages him, asks him if he wants. "You interested in being a pro?" Roy's like, "Yeah, sure. I guess I can be bothered to be."
All right, I guess I'll say one more thing. You know how they have every year the Team Online like Supernova, you can apply to see if you want to become part of the team.
Yeah.
So like 2 years before that, I'd applied. And I never heard anything back. I didn't get a reply. But basically, whenever you apply, anyone who's applied, they keep you on file. They if they think you're have any chance of becoming on the team, they'll you don't need to apply twice really. So I did apply once, so I did have interest on getting on. But I never heard back. I was never like, "Oh, cool, they're considering me" or anything. It was just like, well, why me? Which is basically what I thought. And then so that call came out of the blue. So yeah, it was pretty nice for sure.
Definitely pretty gotta be an awesome feeling, man. It's gotta be cool. I think we all play on Stars. We all have that goal or that desire, the dream to be an official Team Online pro, a PokerStars pro. I mean, that's kind of like right now I feel like that's like the pinnacle potentially of where you can get through sponsorships these days. You could be a Team Online pro or a PokerStars sponsored player. So I think it's pretty sweet that you've been able to do that, man. It took a lot of hard work, I feel like, and it took a lot of hours. It took a lot of. What do you think it took? What do you think it took? That's a good question.
It definitely took some hard work and some hours, like setting up a blog and making sure to be consistent. And it's kind of like you're promoting your personal brand, or just getting your name out there, I guess. Which you kind of needed to do a little bit back then. And to get on Team Online, you can't just be a nobody, realistically. And it's not like I was well known or widely known, but I can see you're reading chats. Now I got to read. I'm getting all distracted.
Oh my god! All right, Professional Poker asked me what broadcast software am I using. Right now I'm using Open Broadcast Software. I'm not sure if that's the best, or I've used XSplit. I'd actually be interested in having Professional Poker on a podcast to talk about 2+2 and Twitch, because I feel like he's got a lot of great insight he could add in terms of 2+2 in general and the Twitch future, and just like a lot of. I feel like it'd be an interesting conversation to have with him. So you let me know, Mike. But there's been some speculation in the chat that Ike Hollywood Haxton is tapped into the machine behind you, and that's where he accesses his dream machine when he plays plays on PokerStars. Can you confirm or deny that there's a direct link to Ike Haxton's computer with the dream machine behind you? And is that blue light signify that Ike Haxton is then tapped into the machine playing on PokerStars?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Guys, I'm sorry. That is a dream machine behind Roy. That's the dream machine that made him run approximately $700,000 above EV.
I can confirm that it is a dream machine. It's a GTO dream machine. I'm not going to say any more, though. The more blue lights that are on, the harder it's working as well. The other day we were streaming and just more blue lights kept randomly coming on, and I'm like, sweet, we just won a bunch. So I don't know how it works. It's just I'm blessed to have it. It's there. It's like on my shoulder, overlooking me when I play, and it just has a life of its own.
Well, we'd like to welcome Ike Haxton to the live stream as well. We got Ike in the back. It's actually weird. Ike Haxton's in 2 places right now. How can Ike Haxton be there and be here?
Here? You mean Malta? He's there as well. Is he in 3 places?
He's on my beanbag chair, right? Ike, you Roy's here. You playing on the? He might want to come in the chat. I'm not sure. I think Roy might. Or Ike, dude. No. Gave me his glasses. I'm not sure what's going on right now. Wait, he might make an appearance later. I'm not sure. He might.
All right. He's everywhere. So yeah, that's how it's possible. He's freaking Ike Haxton. Not bad. They need to be, I think, blacker and rounder.
You call my name? Hi, Roy. Roy? How's the connection going? How are you doing?
That's an amazing impression, actually. It's good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing okay right now. I'm currently in Malta, and I'm playing at Joey's house from the Dream Machine behind you, and I'm going well. It's going okay. I'm trying to brush up on my win rates at Parliament Omaha, and it's coming okay. But yeah, Roy. It was nice seeing you. I'm gonna
Cheers,
go.
Ike.
Cheers. It was nice seeing you guys. Goodbye.
Nice glasses.
Damn, Ike. Thanks for coming out. Hey, Ike. Good luck, man. Good luck playing on the machine. All right, Ike. That was Ike Hollywood Haxton, guys. He wanted to come in and say hi for a couple of minutes.
That was impressive.
I've been breaking it down more than I've been breaking down my own Parliament Omaha game of late. So
I was gonna say, it looks like you did some work into that, some study, figuring out the GTO line. You got it, I'd say.
Well, Ike they uploaded a new video on PokerStars YouTube channel, and it was Ike Haxton in Malta talking about living in Malta. So I broke that down. I watched that video back 375 times. And I then ran some sims into my impression machine that I have, and then I came up with that. So that's
good work.
Thank you, my friend. East Coast Grinder, man, what's up? I like Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch for a little while, so I'm seeing a lot of names that I haven't seen in quite a long time. So I gotta give. We got Nose Dodo. What's up, Nose Dodo? I see a lot. I like to hang out sometimes in Twitch streams, show a little love to the people streaming on Twitch as well. So I see a lot of these guys out there floating around. And it's nice to be able to stream for them and kind of have them in the chat. Proven Haley, what's up, Proven? Who we got? Greg Noble, drunk out there. Greg, you're spending your time very poorly if you're hanging out with me and Roy drunk. I got to be honest with you, my friend. Do you get drunk, Roy? Do you have any vices, my friend?
I used to get drunk, but I don't drink anymore. So no, I got 2 wine fridges. Well, wine fridges behind me, chock full of wine. But yeah, I stopped drinking. Like,
you don't drink?
No, I used to, but I drank too much. Like, yeah.
You have a wine fridge behind. You have a wine fridge behind your computer stream. You have a wine fridge, but you don't drink.
Yeah, 2 actually, but yeah. I mean, I used to love wine. I mean, I was a big fan, like a whiny, I guess. I really got into it. I was like researching bottles and really trying to figure out what a differentiate like a good wine from a great wine. Short answer, not much. You're not going to tell much of a difference between like a $150 bottle and a $40 bottle, so go for the $40 bottle. But yeah, so I love wine, I loved alcohol, but I just drank too much, man, so I was like, I got to take a break. And then in the past, I've when you drink heaps and heaps and you're like, all right, I'm gonna be healthy, I'm gonna take a month off drinking, or a week off drinking, and then just, clean my body up. And yeah, I've done that a bunch in the past, and then at the end of the month, it's like, fuck yeah, let's drink, and just, you get back to your normal ways. And this time I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break from alcohol, but I'm not gonna put like an end date on it. And then it's just been, I don't know, 2 years maybe? No, less than a year and a half to 2 years that I've just stopped drinking, and I feel a lot better for it. And yeah, it is what it is.
When did your graph at PLO start maybe having a little bit of turbulence in it?
It was halfway into that. If it was at the start, I could attribute it to the not drinking. Sometimes I'm like, I should just start drinking again. I always played good drunk, but I think I was deluding myself.
I mean, we could take into account games are changing, Zoom's being more of a prevalent feature, or we could speculate that maybe you getting rid of your alcoholism might actually be hurting your poker game.
I think it might be, now that you put it that way. I'm taking stuff out of the GTO machine, putting it into my body. How can that not help me? How could that not help me? But,
Roy, we might have figured out. I feel like you're gonna owe me some money for this coaching session we're doing right now, where I'm helping you get past your mental game and helping you realize you should be getting drunk more.
I think you might be right. I've had this thought before. I've thought about it. I'm like, it wasn't too far after I stopped drinking that I stopped winning, but well, yeah. Then the sort of reason comes back.
Yeah, you're pretty reasonable kind of guy, unfortunately too. So.
Unfortunately.
If you I really enjoyed reading your blog, GodlikeRoy.com. If you guys haven't seen it, you write some great stuff, but you don't write enough. You just go at 6 months without writing, and it tilts the fuck out of me. Why don't you write more on your blog?
I just get writer's block. I get really excited about poker and playing and building my brand and just getting more known, and I start blogging more. I love writing. I'm into it, and then I go on a downswing, or I'm not playing poker, and I'm just I can't be bothered. The last thing you want to do is write a blog post if you're just not in the zone, not in the right mindset. Sometimes it can help, you get your thoughts out. Writing is always going to be beneficial, but I'm just who really cares about what I think or write? And I feel like I can't have good content, but there's something I'm realizing more and more is you don't have to be a great writer. You don't have to write about especially amazing things. If you just write fairly well and consistently and about topics that are somewhat interesting, people will read it and people will enjoy it. So I mean that's all I've done, and I think if more people wrote, there'd be a lot more great blogs out there, even if you don't think you're a good writer.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, no, I should blog more. I should. Everyone tells me I should.
I think that's what's before, I guess a couple years ago, blogging used to be a lot more prevalent in poker. There'd be all these sites. I used to have 4 or 5 sites bookmarked. Carter's blogs, Liquid Poker, where I blogged at. There was Lego Poker blogs. There was so many people blogging about their stories, just in general.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone blogs. No one blogs anymore. I mean, there's poker. There's the 2+2 poker goals and challenges sub forum, which is fucking great, by the way. You know what? I gotta say, I love that forum. That's one of my favorite sub forums to go on. I don't like reading the threads because people post so much stuff in there, and it's just so much to read. Unless it's someone I like, then I love reading it. But if you guys are out there and you're looking for some extra motivation and some extra accountability for yourself, start a 2+2 thread in Poker Goals and Challenges for yourself. Set out your goals, set out your challenges, blog about what you're doing, and I swear to God, that is a great way to motivate you, to help keep you accountable, and other people will be able to give you feedback, other people will be able to read your stuff. You might make some friends out of that. You might build your network community of friends, and that would be one of my biggest advices to new players or people who are just at a lull in their career, is to make a challenge thread on 2+2 in Poker Goals and Challenges forum. And I feel like it can only be positive for you. I don't think it can hurt you at all. What do you think, Ryan?
I completely agree. I've actually made 2 threads in that forum. When I did a poker challenge, I'm I want to be writing stuff at the end of every day about or even during the day, and talking to people and putting my goals into place. So I have my blog posts, which is I lay out the challenge, and every now and then I put a big update. But I'm not going to make a blog post 3 times a day saying, "Oh, great session" or "shit session," post my graph. So I made a post in there, or thread in there, and it's awesome. People love it, and I love it. And as you said, it can only help you.
Yeah, I think that's one of the forums I actually read the sub forums on 2+2. I read the most. Obviously, I read PLO forums. Not much action going on there for the most part. I read NVG high stakes thread. And that's one of my favorite threads. Just enjoy seeing the high stakes hands. What other do you read a lot of sub forums on 2+2?
Yeah, I read a bunch. As you said, the PLO forums aren't having much. The high stakes PLO forums just it's shit now. It used to be so amazing. It was full of activity. And even when people stop posting hands, like, people haven't posted hands for years. There was a period of like 2 or 3 years where no one really posted hands, but people still posted a ton in like BBV and the monthly thread. Like there was always a brand new monthly thread on the first day of the month, and get hundreds of posts, and it was like cool people talking about life and poker and cool stuff. Now it's just full of trolls, the whole forum. So I don't really like reading it much. Small stakes PLO is, it's better, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
More nice people.
Small stakes
like
PLO.
Chilled out people still into poker, and learning poker and like being supportive of each other and less trolly. And then I read the NVG. I read that games. What is it? The challenges thread. The TV shows thread. The video games subforum. I read a bunch of 2+2. But yeah, I read more than I write these days.
Yeah, I think Small Stakes PLO forum actually is a great place too. A lot of friendly people in there. They have it seems like they have a more open community. And High Stakes PLO, you have like the couple of the trolls. You got Dumb Benny and you got Master Aces. Like, whatever. Shout out to Master Aces. I know he's listening right now. But you have like these are the two of the more main posters. And when they're like, it's just like, definitely there's a lot of trolling on there. I'm sure I probably troll a little bit, but I also, I think I went on like a 7th or 8th month heater in the High Stakes PLO BBV thread where I posted graphs and hands every fucking day, and I like I feel like I led a charge of like new hands and graphs being posted, and then once I stopped posting in there, everyone stopped posting in their graphs or hands. So there's just
like the last it was the Yanni prop bet was amazing for High Stakes PLO. But like before and after that, there was just nothing for a while, and there hasn't really been. There've been rumors of a couple of prop bets coming up that didn't really come to fruition since then, and I think a prop bet would be great. It would energize the forum again, but it's just, I don't know. It's just not what it used to be, and it's maybe like an indication of what poker is these days. Online poker is not what it used to be.
Yeah, I think that's actually a tragic but accurate way to look at it too. So, yeah. Do you think? How do you think to the 2+2 High Stakes PLO subforum could change for the better? Like, what do you think could be different? How could people approach it differently to potentially get it back to sort of how it was before a couple of years ago?
That's a good question. I don't know how you can just reverse what it is. It's like a bunch of just cool people have left, either just for other reasons, like they stopped playing poker, or they're playing higher stakes and they don't have time to post, or they play more live, or they just thought that the forum's getting shit, so they left, which is partially what I've done. I'll read it, but I don't post much. How to fix it? I mean, it's just like the forum is who the regular posters are, and if you're a regular poster and someone makes a post and your first reply is to troll, and then the next 10 replies are all trolly, it's impossible for you get 5 people who want to make it a nice place to post and post cool and interesting stuff, but if they make a post and just get instantly trolled, they're not going to come back. They could have a cool story about going out, or a cool poker story, whatever. And then someone's just like a retarded 2-line or 2-word troll answer, and then the next 10 answers are trolling, and then they're not going to come back. So it's the environment, and I don't know if you can fix it. Whatever. Like it's a shame, but it's what it is. Like no one really is going to spend energy fixing it. I think no one person.
Yeah.
Move on. Yeah.
Luckily, we got Twitch now to hang out at.
That's the thing. We got Twitch. We got Twitch. We got Twitter. Twitter's great. Like there's like all the same people in the PLO world are on Twitter, and you just have like little Twitter chats all day. Like with 2 or 3 people, it's awesome. And Twitch as well now. Yeah, we're evolving. It's not High Stakes PLO, but it's the same people on Twitter and Twitch, and whatever the next big thing is going to be. Instagram seems to be blowing up these days. Yeah.
That's true, and that's one of the reasons why I like certain Twitch streams and chats. Is like you kind of see the same people. They're pretty cool. Like for instance, when I go hang out on yours, I see a lot of the same guys. They're cool. Yeah. They're fun. They're like I'm like enjoying conversating with them and talking with them, and I think that is sort of how I used to feel on the PLO forum too. So now you kind of get that from Twitch. On Twitter, obviously, I fucking love Twitter, and you always post on Twitter. Me and you post on Twitter nonstop. So. And okay, Steve, I was talking about certain Twitch chats. Obviously, the bigger Twitch chats, not quite as engaging, as fun, as exciting.
No.
on those smaller ones.
Like thousands of viewers, it's just impossible to have back and forth dialogue between anyone, either from the person streaming in the chat or like even two people in chat trying to talk to one another. There's just too much noise. But between like whatever 50 to 500 people, you get some awesome chats. Even up to 1,000, I'd say you can have great interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what most streams are like at the moment, yeah. Unless you're freaking Jcarver.
Unless you're Jcarver. He's got the masses at his beckon right now on Twitch.
An army of minions.
I actually don't know how he doesn't go crazy from that Twitch chat. It's just so much like garbage and like I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use that word. So I'm not going to use that word. It's just terrible. Let's put it like that. It's terrible.
Yeah,
so.
It is. But that's all Twitch chat. Like you have to understand. I mean, it's like YouTube comments as well. When you get 10,000 of them, it's going to be mostly garbage. But I think it's fine for him because he just looks through the chat and picks out an interesting question or a decent question. He just answers it. And he can ignore 95% of the stuff. It's when you're trying to build your channel, you're not going to ignore most people. You have to answer the the mundane questions and repeat yourself. Sometimes that's when it's tougher.
What I've noticed is like if you're a woman and you're on Twitch, that's it. You're like that's super GTO. Just to be any woman, you're gonna get marriage proposals. You're gonna get people donating. Like the idea of like you can just be a woman and be like streaming yourself eating food and like playing some random video game on Twitch, but like do it consistently and ask for donations and ask for an Amazon wish list. Like the fact that you can literally support yourself and make money doing this and build a brand for yourself as a woman, even as a man in a way, is crazy for me to think about because I don't want to say women have it easier because they get a lot of negativity and hate and a lot of trolls and a lot of people saying, show me your tits, show me take off your pants, yada, 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 twerk for us. But at the same time, it's also quite fascinating, the dynamic that exists with being a woman and being on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have it easier in the sense that like you get an average woman and an average man, the woman's just going to get way more views. And if the goal is to get views and followers and money, which basically it is, then a woman has that leg up. And yeah, there are those downsides or the sleazy comments or whatever. But I think any woman realistically getting into Twitch knows what to expect. If they put in the work and research, they know what's going to be like, and they get thick skin or filter it out, and yeah, I mean, you can. Oh man, I was watching some streams with just fairly average girls, not especially good at the game, not especially attractive, or funny or entertaining. I'm not going to name names, but I mean, it's the average girls streaming on Twitch, and they have hundreds and thousands of views, and like always hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching at one time, and the donations just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's ridiculous. It's good for them, whatever. Free world.
I think I found a way to take. I found a way to take advantage of that. Maybe not take advantage is the right word, but I think I found an opportunity in that idea right there. That is, I introduce PLO to every woman streaming on Twitch that has a popular following, and I give them free rolls if they beat me in any sort of PLO challenge against me, and I get them coaching on the stream at PLO.
That's amazing. I'm into it. So I approve.
Wild Hungarian, who's one of the girls who streams on Twitch, she's a debatably attractive girl. I offered her this. I said,
shots fired.
I offered a once a month free roll. She gets once a month challenge, 5 heads up sit and go PLO regular format. I mean heads up sit and go, whatever, fuck, who cares? But
yeah,
$100 free roll if she beats me at 3 out of 5. I give her 30 minutes of coaching prior to this challenge being made, and we have to stream it on video together. So I think that'll be like a fun thing to do. It'll be a good way to introduce her to Potlo Noah if she doesn't know much about it. It'll be a good way to introduce the people that are viewing. That's a good idea. Fake Sky just said Joey should have a regular stripper on his stream to get more of the thirsty viewers. That's actually a great idea. I'm sorry for giving you the timeout earlier.
Yeah.
Do we know any strippers who are interested in coming on for... Roy, do you know any strippers that could come on your stream personally?
I don't know any strippers, sad to say.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. When you were drunk, you didn't mean when you were alcoholic, you didn't mean strippers or what?
Maybe I used to know strippers. I'm not in touch with any strippers these days. When I was younger and more of a degen, I maybe knew some strippers. Nowadays, no.
Roy being a DJ. This guy's fooling you. Honestly, don't listen to this kid. I know you guys are learning about Roy today. Don't listen to that. He's not a DJ, I promise you.
I've had my Degen days. Once I was in Vegas. I was underage, so I was below 21. I was over 18. I was there for a week. I was drunk the whole time. I blew through like a $10,000 cash roll, which was like, quarter of my net worth at the time, maybe more. I couldn't get cash out because my debit card, all my money was on poker sites. I was staying at the Bellagio, so it was like 200 something a night. I didn't have cash to pay for my room. I couldn't put it on my card because I had no money on there. So I was staying in my room, but I couldn't leave because when you leave, they ask you to pay the bill. So I'm just stuck in my room with no money, with no way to pay and no way to get money for a couple of days. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I'm just stranded here. So I ended up getting a friend to fly to Vegas and bring me cash. He flew from the East Coast, and then I was like, sweet, all right, I'm saved. But I've had some Degen days. I've had some Degen times.
What was this, like 50 years ago? You didn't have to have a credit card to rent a hotel room at the Bellagio?
I mean, you give them the credit, and they put like they charge you an amount, but they can charge like into the negative in your credit card or whatever, and then the credit card company will come after you and fuck you, and the Bellagio is still happy because they get paid. So that was basically what was happening, and they give you like $120 a night or whatever. They just keep charging. So for a couple of days, I was like, well, they'll charge it, but I can't leave because I've got all these other bills that I have to pay when you check out. Yeah, it wasn't a wise situation for me to be in. Losing all my money. I was playing a 40-80 mixed game actually, and I don't know, did my head in.
Wow, Roy, this really makes me look at you in a whole different kind of manner, my friend. You might be the most degenerate person I've ever met in my life with a story like that, kid.
That's not that degen in poker terms. That's just me saying I've had some degen days.
Sorry, Roy, I was trolling you there. I apologize. I feel like you're very I feel like you caught that instantly, but
yeah, I got it.
You got me back. That was subtle. Hey, Roy, what about this? A new series, me versus you. We each find a stripper and we teach her how to play Potlow in Omaha. Whoever advances the most in 3 months wins.
I'll do that. We'll fast become the top 2 streams on Twitch Poker. But just Twitch.
Okay, so
I think Twitch has changed their rules up though. So some of these plans, like the girls can't show too much skin anymore. Like I think even cleavage isn't allowed, or like excessive cleavage isn't allowed, which is, Well,
they're not gonna get naked on Twitch.
Not naked, but if you get a stripper on Twitch, you don't want them, dressed up in a cardigan. What's the point then?
I'd like her dressed up I think she'd look nice in a cardigan.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it could either
we're gonna get 2 strippers, put them in cardigans, and teach them how to play poker.
That's a good idea. Where can I find I actually know a couple. I mean, you might find this hard to believe, but I know a few strippers. So
no.
I know that's shocking. Actually, Nose Dodo has a better idea. You should both pick one current top girl streamer and coach them for a challenge. Then it's mad viewers and fun for all. That's actually a better idea. I know, debatably better idea, but that's an idea. We could each find one of like a popular girl game streamer and coach her at PLO on her stream and try to get her into poker and make her better at PLO.
That's great. Like that's the kind of stuff that you have to do to get like super popular on Twitch at the moment. And I'm in.
I really like that idea, Nose Dodo. Shout out to Nose Dodo for giving me that idea.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Pick a stripper. Oh, not stripper, or top streamer. What's the difference between a stripper and a top streamer girl anyway? I mean, that sounds feminist.
What?
A stripper and a top girl streamer on Twitch. What's the difference between those things? Bang, bang.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So I actually met the stripper in Vegas. She was giving me a lap dance. It was enjoyable at the Rhino. Shout out to the Rhino. And me and her were talking, and I was like, "Oh, do you have Twitter?" Because I love Twitter, obviously. And that definitely sounded feminist. I apologize to all the feminists out there. But she actually was a webcam model also. But then she started streaming video games on Twitch. And
Wow.
I actually don't know if she's doing it as much anymore because I'm pretty sure she made more getting naked on camera. But at the same time, I was intrigued that she also streamed on Twitch because I thought that was interesting. So.
Good story. It is interesting though.
I was actually going to have her on a podcast at some point in time because I thought it'd be fun to have a webcam model / rhino stripper on podcast.
That'd be awesome. And especially someone who streamed on Twitch as well. Like, why not?
I think what we should do is we should each like keep streaming PLO related stuff on Twitch, and then once we start to become more popular, we can then reach out to other girls that are streaming other games, and then we can offer them, say, hey, are you interested in like doing some PLO with us? We're doing a challenge. We want to find 2 hardworking, smart, debatably attractive, positive people to coach in this challenge, and then we're going to do it with you on stream. We might do some stuff with you off the stream, and then the winner, you will not only learn poker, but you get coaching from debatably good PLO players that could then potentially, and with poker becoming bigger on Twitch.
Give it a free roll, right?
Yeah, definitely get a free roll. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
The winning girl, even the losing girl, we could throw her a couple bucks, and maybe she's in Vegas. Maybe we take her out. We show her a good time. I think, you're in a relationship, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. But I can do the first part for sure.
Is your
Coming to
girlfriend?
Vegas, take some stripper girls out for a good time. Maybe that's not on the cards. But I can do some stream coaching, some Twitch coaching, some PLO. For some top girl streamers. It's actually similar to what PokerStars has been doing with like the PokerStars Touch program. They reached out to Quentin, Husky, Mudkips, basically like these beasts in like the e-gaming community. He has like 450,000 Twitter followers, and there's like
shout
other.
out to my boy Husky Mudkips. He's got 1.9 million fucking subscribers on YouTube. This kid is killing the game. He's learning PLO.
Dude, he's the Minecraft king. I watched one of his videos yesterday. Because he's always, posting on Twitter whenever he creates a new one. He creates so many a day. I don't know how he does it. But it was like how to train a dragon in Minecraft. And I've never played Minecraft. I have no interest in playing or learning Minecraft. But I'm like, let me see what his videos are. I would freaking watch the whole thing for 25 minutes. The dude is that entertaining. He's just a funny, great guy. You can tell that his videos are tailored towards like the tweens, the Minecraft tweens. But freaking 1.9 million subscribers. Good for him.
He actually, Quentin actually offered me his, a lot of his fan base are between the ages of like 11 and 16, and he was like, I think we were chatting about potentially like I was going to go with him to some type of event, and if I was interested in that, like young girl grind, that's an extreme young girl grind, and I told him I was,
dude.
Can I say that on Twitch? Are they going to ban me for that? Well, fuck him. Whatever. Rum Cakes. I'm gonna call my boy Rum Cakes. Get me unbanned if I get banned for something like that. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But I just want to let people know I decline the invite. I'm not quite about that life. But if you're interested, my little brother's 15, so I think I'm gonna try to get my little brother to hang out with him. And then
how old are you, man?
What you mean? How old are you?
I'm 26. I was like, I figured you were like about the same age. Maybe you're a bit younger. 23? Either way, it seems like it's a big gap.
I'm 23? You just claimed that you're 23?
Well, I figured you were around my age. Maybe you're 26, maybe you're 28. I don't know. How old are you? You could be anywhere from like 20... With that hair, you could be anywhere from like 23 to 29. I'd be surprised if you were more than 29.
Let me fix the hair for you. I just got to cut to that a little shorter. Look at that shit, man. Yeah. But I'm 29 years old, Roy. I just look like I'm...
29. All right, I got you on the last edge. But, yeah, okay. So 15. That's a big gap. 14 years. My sister's 13 years older than me, so it's strange.
Tell me more about your sister, Roy. Hold on. Let me sit back in my chair.
Well,
shout out to Roy's
40.
sister if she's watching. Your sister watching right now? Shout out to her, man.
No, I doubt. I mean, she's married. She's got 2 kids, and she has no time. I was hanging out with them in India and in January in San Diego. She lives in San Diego. And
Whoa,
the more I hang out with, yeah.
I was just there.
I know, you were with Gordo. I saw him in San Diego too. He's a cool guy.
Is she one of the women that walks around with that thing on her, the thing on her hair?
Yeah, that's her.
I might have seen her.
Well, what is this thing actually? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know the women that wear like the body cover, they cover their bodies with like a, I don't have anything, I don't have the typical Indian attire around me right now. That might be surprising to you, but they like cover their bodies with the mask, and they wear like something on their face, and you can only see their eyes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Indian? You're talking about like a burqa.
I'm talking about the people that walk around and they cover their bodies from head to toe with clothes.
Yeah, that's not Indian.
Oh. Okay. We learn something new every day, buddy. Jesus. What are you, an educator?
Oh wow, that's Muslims, dude. They wear, it's called a burqa, and then they get their eyes and Jesus, dude.
What am I, a professional clothes studier of cultures? I mean, come on. We all make mistakes sometimes.
All right. Jeez.
Jesus Christ, such a fail. Listen, if that's the hardest I'm failing, guys, I'm playing great. I gotta be honest with you. If that's the biggest thing I'm fucking up in,
oh, that's funny.
I'm playing okay. Let me talk about. I forgot Twitch. We got to engage the comment. If you're watching this later on YouTube, shout out to you. Much love to YouTube. My cultural awareness is not GTO. That's true. Greg Noble. I feel like this Greg guy might be in love with me, to be honest with you. He professed his love to me in the chat, and he's also drunk. Do I take it more seriously or less seriously because of that?
He's drunk? Less seriously. When you're drunk, you'll say you love anyone. If he's sober and he says it, then then it might mean something.
How do you deal with men saying they love you? Does that happen often to you? It happens a lot to me.
It happens sometimes. I'm like, sweet, man. Just compliment.
Any? Would you ever be interested in dating a? Never mind. I thought this wasn't being recorded. I never mind.
Momentary. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? No, I mean, I'm not.
No, we got love. We got love. We got love for lady boys, for big
Much
girls,
love.
Small girls, anorexic girls, young girls, not that young. Obviously, we already clarified the young girl grind.
No, no.
Okay, we've got love for the lady boys post-op, pre-op, obviously. I
We just have love. We have love.
We got a lot of love, man. Yeah, do you, Fake Sky S, you don't do any Tinder grinding. You've had a relationship for quite a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been in a relationship since before Tinder came out. What is it? It's pretty new. It's like 3 years, maybe 3-4 years. But yeah, we've been together 6-ish years now. So no Tinder grind.
Me either. Actually, I went on one Tinder date with a. No, well, I was dating a girl for a very long time when Tinder was like in its heyday, so I didn't really get a chance to put in too many sessions on Tinder. So, yeah.
Seems like it's kind of died down a bit now. Like like 18 months ago it was big, big, big. Now it's just like whatever.
Yeah. You ever checked out Grindr, the app, like Tinder, but
No, that was the one before. That's what Tinder's based off, right? No.
I don't know. Tell me more about this. I don't know. Was that what it's based off of, Roy? How do you?
I mean, that's just pretty sure. That's the logical assumption to make. Grindr was there. It worked great for, men meeting men, and then someone's like, well, why should it just be men meeting men? Let's get the rest of the 90 other % of the world in. Let's make Tinder.
I think there's an app for couples and for threesomes and for like.
There must be. There must be an app for like married people to cheat and all sorts of crap.
Ooh, the married girl grind.
Yeah.
I gotta give some education to people out there. If you meet a girl or a woman who says she's married, don't talk to her. Run away. Get the fuck out of there. Seriously, get the fuck away from her. Because
all right,
I'll tell you what happens.
I'm sensing a story time moment here.
No, there's no fucking story, right? Shut the fuck up, right? There's no story. I just gotta tell you guys. If you meet a girl and she says the words, we're going through some things right now, or we're fighting, or anything like that, and you for some reason think it's a good idea, it's never a good idea to proceed any farther with that. Shout out to the married girl if you're watching. So. it's just
the one married girl I'm watching.
I have a specific married girl I'm shouting out right now, but yeah. So, but it's just, you know, I gotta be honest, guys. It never. It's not gonna go well. Your life's gonna be threatened. You're gonna be looking over your shoulder, scared to die because of a decision you might have made that you thought, oh, well, I'm helping this person. You know, I'm doing a good thing here. The person's having through some issues in her life.
I feel like that's one of those things that you kind of have to. You don't have to learn yourself. There's a lot of things where you're like, yeah, you got to go through that experience to learn from it. A lot of people can figure it out on their own. Don't you know, get involved with a married chick.
How many married chicks you been involved with, Roy?
0. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to get involved with one to know that it's not a good idea.
Well, you know, we all don't have eyebrows that are very perfectly coiffed like you, my friend. So unfortunately, some of us we got to venture outside of the I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, you have great eyebrows. Some people in the chat were asking how do you do your eyebrows like that?
I just wax them. Otherwise, if I don't wax them, there's just like I literally have one monobrow that goes from here to here. So yeah, wax.
It's cute. Pretty cute. What's your girlfriend like? Is she supportive of poker? Does she like PLO herself? Does she participate? Like, what kind of relationship do you guys have when it comes to that and poker?
I mean, she doesn't play poker. She doesn't really. I mean, she understands it, of course, but she doesn't play. She doesn't like poker or like to play it, which I like because it's nice to be able to like, leave poker on one side and have conversations in a relationship that's just nothing to do with poker or very little to do with poker. I think if I had I guess it can work being in a relationship with someone who's also into poker, but then it's just like all you're talking about might just be poker, and that's not what I want. But she's cool. She has like a office job. She works in the city in like a corporate real estate management. So she works, you know, really crazy hours, 10, 12 hours a day. So it works well. She's working during the week. I'm grinding, and then we chill during the weekend and travel and stuff.
Greg just posted a link to Pornhub. That was one of my moderators, one of my North Korean moderators who took care of you, Greg. And shout out to my fucking moderators for doing their job out there, by the way. Does your girlfriend live in the CBD, downtown Sydney?
No, we live together.
Does she work in the CBD, the business?
She works there. Yeah.
So she works kind of where I used to live by in Sydney.
Where did you used to live again?
Fucking remember the streets, man. Goddamn Sydney, I hate. I mean, I like
CBD. Then she works there. Sure.
I live up street from McDonald's on the main road there. What's that main road there? I can't even remember right now, bro.
The Circular Quay?
Yeah, Circular Quay. Yeah, Harrington Street.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I showed you the building.
What's that?
I think I showed you the building I was gonna live in because I was asking.
I think so. Yeah. I think we were actually looking to buy an apartment in that building like years and years and years ago.
How rich are you? Fuck's sakes, man.
Buy or rent, but yeah, that didn't end up happening, obviously. But yeah, she works, close enough to there, 20-minute walk, 15-minute walk. It's big CBD.
Yeah.
Well, relatively big.
Okay, Roy, have you ever been there to the mall there? They have the food court, like the sickest, like it's a very sick food court. They have this amazing hot dog place. If you've never been to this hot dog place in the mall in
It's street.
It's one of the Westfield Mall.
Yeah, Westfield. That'll be the sick. You go up to the top of the the 5th floor or something.
Yeah, that's the one. If you're ever in Sydney, go to this hot dog place. I'm not exaggerating. This is the best hot dog place I've ever had in my fucking life. They're so good. The buns are just crunchy. The dogs are full. It's Roy, can you mail me a taco or a hot dog, please?
What's that? Yeah. All right, done. I haven't been there, so I'm gonna go try it out. That's a great food.
It's the best food court ever, man. It really is.
Yeah.
Is it the Snack Stand? Snack Stand Gourmet?
That sounds about right.
I don't know. It's not Snack Stand. They don't have burgers. They just had hot dogs. They had an American hot dog. I used to get that every time.
Yeah.
Shout out to America, man. Hack Taco's in the chat today. What's up, Hack Taco? I know you know him. He comes to your chats and hangs out, right?
Yeah, Hack Taco's always chilling in my stream. Proven Haley as well. Proven Haley, my very first subscriber. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Proven Haley. My boy Poppy Versace's in the house. Gdale's in the
Hot
house.
dog excitement.
What'd you say?
No, just his post, hot dog excitement.
Yeah, hot dog hype. Hot dog hype. Hot dog hype. Ashley Delaney, what's up, Ash? Labor G? I know he said he's gonna be streaming some PLO on Twitch. Go follow Labor G. We can't vouch for him if he's a fun streamer, if he's good at Potluck Omaha, or if you're gonna be entertained in any way. But we can advocate him as a streamer because he's gonna be playing Potluck Omaha, and we got love for anyone that plays Potluck Omaha. All right, I think. Yeah, and I'm trying to balance. I feel like this episode's been less specific, maybe PLO stuff. But
yeah, it hasn't been much PLO stuff. It's been very Twitch related, which makes sense for your first stream on Twitch, which makes sense.
Yeah, well, first podcast on Twitch, but I think a big part of Twitch is engaging the audience and actually recognizing them, talking with them, and I think that's one of the things I enjoy most about live streams in general is. That's not Stars Reg problems. I know that's not.
Real Stars Reg problems.
I know that's a fake Stars Reg problem. He actually has it. He's been chatting. He messaged me on Twitter on Skype a couple of times, but I know he's never called me. So I'm gonna ban this guy for being fake because I know that's not him.
All
So
right.
don't come in here with a legendary name and expect not to get banned. Kim Jong's ready to strike down on you, my friend. Fake Sky says, I wonder how many poker players will cross over to video game streaming. What do you think, Roy? I think a lot.
I mean, video game streaming, I'd love to do it. Like, if I could get viewers, I'd be playing Dota and streaming all day long. But like, with poker, there's a reason for people to watch me. I know what I'm talking about, and I have a track record of at least not being shit. Winning player at PLO. I go play video games. There are people way better than me in every single freaking video game. So no one's gonna watch me. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's going to go the other way around a lot more than it's going to go from poker players to video games. Like maybe some poker players will stream video games for fun every now and then, but I think we're more likely to see some video games stream poker, which is what we want really. We don't want to advertise for CS:GO or League of Legends. We want them to advertise poker.
Well, also I think a good way to potentially cross over is to stream those games, maybe be entertaining. And then you sort of build up your subscribers from that. People start following you from you streaming those games. Then they decide, oh, wait, now he's playing poker. Well, I like him. I'll check him out playing poker. And then potentially you can convert some video game. I mean, obviously, this is like if you enjoy streaming video games already, or if you enjoy playing video games.
The thing is, though, to get viewers in video games, the competition is ridiculous. Like everyone, like any 18-year-old to 15 to 20-year-old male in the world wants to be able to stream video games. And so there's so many trying that you have to be like extremely entertaining, or something, or just be really, 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 really good to get any sort of followers. I think most poker players are better off just streaming poker. But yeah, you don't really get into Twitch for the money anyway. I don't think so. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you always hear like Sticky Rice mention how much the top streamers on Twitch make, and that's all glamorous. Like the top 0.5% or 0.05% of Twitch streamers like make all this money. But I think for the most part, no one's really like cleaning up. Like I'm gonna retire. I mean, that's a ridiculous statement to make. I'm gonna let me start over, and that was dumb what I just said. But I don't think anyone's like really like making a comfortable living on Twitch. That many people. I'm sure there are some people, and I'm sure Rumcakes will be like, Joe, no, check this out. This guy's making $1 million.
No, there definitely are some people, but. I mean, at poker, it's basically just Jason Somerville making like reasonable amount of money right now, but he's still not making anywhere near as much as the top poker players, or even mediocre poker players, or like not mediocre, but good but not great poker players are making at the tables. But yeah, there's a future, I think. If you can get enough followers and views, and then you can make a little from like your advertising or subscribers, and then get picked up from PokerStars, get a sponsorship, or maybe another site. And maybe there's room for like other companies to sponsor you. Like e-gaming has like Red Bull sponsors some people, or like Razer will give people like a mouse or a keyboard and pay them to use their stuff. Maybe poker will get that a bit, which that would be cool.
Ooh, I need to write G sub GTO. I need to write that down. People pay you. I put it on mute. I'm typing it around.
I couldn't hear you there.
Have people pay you or give you products to use on stream and talk about it. That's like level 1 streaming, I feel like, but I'm going to write it down anyway because I don't know any streaming GTO. So No, I'm not abandoning YouTube. I'm still going to be doing most of my Poker Life podcast on YouTube. My high stakes PLO editions I'll probably be doing on Twitch. My Twitch channel will become basically all PLO, only PLO. It will be not much no limit and any sort of capacity at all. So I am going to be only PLO on Twitch. Eat, sleep, PLO, 100%, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brilliant.
I'm very excited for this, Roy.
What other ideas do you have? Like, if you're not going to be playing much while you're streaming, you going to rail the games and stream that, or?
Been thinking about different couple formats. I think I can make like 4 or 5 different formats or presentations work. One would be streaming the games when they're going on, talking about the hands. So, I mean, no one else can do this. I'll talk some strategy. So I think about this all kind of shit a lot. Obviously, I think I've done pretty well with my YouTube channel so far. So I'm doing something correctly in the terms of, I guess, the ideas I've had. And also, I think the content's good. So that means I think that overrules everything. If your content's good, if you're entertaining, if people like you, if you can connect with people, I mean, you're gonna do well. I feel like as long as you be consistent with that stuff. And one of the things I like, obviously stream the games as they play, and build up more long-term, like make these faces that are playing behind the screen names on PokerStars, just talk about them more often. Give a backstory to them. Maybe write up a player profile about people that we don't know about, or just give my personal input on what I think about this person in terms of their ability or their tilt fact, just whatever. Just give them a profile, and you can reference that profile often in the future. So that way, when you see a guy like Badger1 playing or Nestalita, when you see these guys who are not super well known, but you can kind of put a face. So the guys that watch my stream often will be like, oh, that's Nestalita. This guy's got second in the high stakes PLO awards, up and coming voting, yada yada yada. Or you see a guy like GodlikeRoy. Oh, he streams on Twitch. He's been playing for 8 years. He's Australian. Like, just give everyone a player profile. So that way, regular people who watch the stream they now know a lot about these players. Maybe they want to be they want to follow them, they want to root for them, they want to cheer for them, they want to hate them. I hate them. Maybe they hate them because I hate them. So it's like you kind of give these people stories, give the players stories in the games, because I think it's just more interesting to the people that are following along and watching them. And that's just the one idea. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's like what NutBlocker does with their poker player snapshots, right?
Exactly, yeah. And that would be one thing I'd reference. So NutBlocker, shout out to NutBlocker, shout out to my boy Skadvoy and Napsis. They do a lot of good work over there. Reference their poker. So they've already done a lot of poker player profiles. So when someone in the chat's like, oh, who's this guy? Well, let me show you. Let me show you a link. Let me tell you about who this guy is. So it's like a perfect opportunity and a perfect resource to use as well to kind of show some love to the PLO people and highlight some of the players. So
awesome. Yeah, that sounds good. I think people will love that. And it's different. Like, no one's really doing that on Twitch at the moment. No one's doing that on Twitch poker. No one's really railing high-stakes games, making it fun and entertaining. And PLO is such a great game to rail as well, because there's so many showdowns, obviously, as opposed to Hold'em. So, yeah, I think that'd be sweet. Get a lot of viewers. Yeah,
well, also, I think what makes it good or unique is that, I guess, when you're playing in the games, shout out to me, if you're when you play high-stakes PLO, bang, bang! I'm not playing the games, guys. Of course, that's against TOS. I would never do anything like that in the games. But some high stakes do run on other sites. Luckily, like my new favorite site. I can't tell them my new favorite site, but my new favorite site. It's not a new site. It's actually a site you can play on from anywhere in the world, I believe. But the action's so fucking good. I've only played on this one site for the past 3 months, and you can figure out from my vague description of what site this is, but the action is so fucking good. I cannot believe these games exist. I don't know why anyone would play 10-20 on PokerStars when there are 5, 10, and 10-20 games that exist. Like, these people are literally giving money away. It's shocking. Like, I'm shocked at the level of play at the Pot Omaha tables, and it's honestly like 2007. And then that's what I'll put it at. You can. It's not Svenska Spel, unfortunately. Although my Swedish connection, I like that site too, though. Shout out to Svenska Spel. But I understand you sometimes want to be challenged, but at the same time, like, when you see how terrible these games are, like, you're like, why would I ever want to play against Isildrun or Johan when, like, these people are fucking giving money away? Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. They don't have Supernova Elite on these sites, which is the downside to the sites, but.
Have any sort of rake back, or?
Well, one site, no.
Yeah. I mean, if the games are that soft, who really cares, right?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the other side of the things. If the games are soft, then yo, the camera's fixed on Joey too much. We're here for Roy. All right, man. I got love for Roy, but I don't got love for some negative comment. I don't got negative. Yeah, shout out to Roy. But I don't got negative.
I love that guy.
Wait, do you actually like him?
No, I don't know. I don't think I recognize the name.
Okay,
just love the comment.
We gave him a little timeout.
All right.
Because yeah, we gave him a little timeout. So you've been sorry, we're getting excited talking about Twitch and PLO. I'm just getting really pumped up. So
Yeah.
So you've been full stacking this past like year and a half, 2 years, something like that? You've been going away from short stacking?
Yeah, more and more towards full stacking. Like I'll still short the higher stakes games where they're, I guess, more aggressive and you want to lower your variance. But yeah, I'm playing a lot of 1-2 and a bit of 2-5 deep or like full stacked, and I'm loving it. It's obviously more fun and interesting than short stacking. And yeah, I think I was really, really successful short stacking up to 25-50. I made a bunch of money doing that, and then you can't really do that much anymore. And everyone's gotten way better at playing versus shorter stacks. So I'm like, yeah, let me just Recfull is streaming 1-2 PLO no delay. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, let me really work on my deep or full stack game. So that's what I'm doing this year. I'm focusing on it, and it's going pretty well. I think people are still even the regs are just really bad in a lot of spots. So yeah. It's great. I like it. Yeah, especially at Zoom. Well, people play so tight at Zoom that I think I've been playing a 35 to 40% VPIP, which, if you remember me, that's like double the hands.
I know when you were playing the other day, I was my video kind of has an error right now on.
Yeah, I saw that.
My video's got an error. My video's got an error. There's not lag. It's just I don't know what I did. I did something dumb. Let me see if I can fix this. Hold on a second.
Stream, someone's saying? I don't think that's true.
Well, shout out to Ross, man. PokerCast. What's up, Ross?
Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna fix it. I got it fixed. Bang bang. Take me there. Whoops, what happened? I'll be back in a second, Roy. Let me fix this.
Oh yeah, it's broken.
Broken inside my body. Let me exit this. Hold on a second. Bang bang, we're back. What's up?
Oh, what up? I'm just sending out a tweet to let people know we're still live.
Oh, I think your camera is not on now, so maybe you can go away and come back in.
Oh boy, all right.
You're sending out a tweet. Shout out to Roy. Roy's a social media expert over here, I guess. Jumal Sanders. Yeah, Recfull streaming 1-2 PLO with no delay. I mean, he did that the other day, and that's one of the dumbest things you could ever do. Please do not stream with no delay, guys, when you're playing on a site where people can see you're playing.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I don't understand why he does that. But you were talking about you going to full stacking, and you think that people are playing better against short stackers. So you think that, I mean, this is at higher stakes, right? That's still at 2-5, 3-6. I mean, there's not many regular tables, and I feel like Zoom sort of limits the effect your edge, I guess, that you can have as a short stacker.
I mean, 50 big blinds is still pretty short, and half the time you play a pot, you lose, you're down to 35 to 40 bigs anyway, and you're back to what you used to be. But yeah, I'm talking about 25-50 and 10-20 people are better at combating, your 40 to 50 big blind stack than they were. Well, especially when it's Zoom 50 big blinds than they were 4 years ago. But yeah, so when I play 2-5 Zoom now, I'll buy in short, and I think there's still a pretty good edge there. But sometimes I'm just staying deep and playing. If the pool's good, I had a really bad year last year, and my game suffered, and I'm not super confident in my game at the moment. I feel pretty good at 1-2, but 2-5 can get tough sometimes. You get people who play 25-50 and 10-20 dropping down if it's the biggest game running. So I look at who's playing and decide if I'm going to play when I'm deeper or not. But 1-2, I'll basically play anyone at the moment.
So I guess the plan.
I was going to say, what owned me yesterday? Freaking Lex. I think I played 7 pots with him at 2-5. He won every single one, and none of them were small. Freaking Lex. I blame dankness. I 100% blame dankness for lighting that fire under him, 6 months ago now.
Yeah, I think that when someone said your audio is low again, let me turn it back up.
All right.
Let's see if this works at all here. Should work. But yeah, there's a direct correlation between Dankness talking shit about Lex on a podcast last June, I believe, and then Lex going on a sick PLO heater and becoming dedicated to the game and started crushing. So.
Yeah, like I mean, he went on a sick heater, but he just got way better as well. Like I played a ton with Lex back like 2 years ago, and I mean, I even said that I thought he was a mediocre reg, and I liked having him at the table. I was a lot better back then, and he was a pretty straightforward player. Nowadays, I hate having him as a table. Like he's at worst a very, very solid reg, and at best he's like an absolute sick crusher who'll just make your life miserable. Haven't figured it out yet, but yeah, he's got my he's not someone I like seeing at the table. Let's put it that way. But I'm gonna work on my game and come at him later on in the year for sure.
So I guess your plan right now is to start getting better full stacking and then eventually start moving back up. Because I mean, it seems like past 2.5, it's like the jumps to 1020 and then jump to 1020. Like the player pools at 1020 to 2.5 are just like so like they're massive. There's like at 1020 they're like a bunch of really good regulars playing 4 entries, and then the fun regulars are playing 1 or 2 entries, and they're like not even necessarily giving away that much money sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the plan, just to become a 2.5 reg. Beat that Zoom pool for I don't know 3 to 5 plus BB per 100. Feel confident in my game, and then take shots at 1020 and 2550 when I feel good. And I'd obviously be buying in short there, but. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I think you can still make quite a bit of money at 2.5. I've been thinking about playing more live PLO as well. Well, I say more live, but some live PLO. I've just never played much live cash, but yeah, you say that, but there's some ridiculously good games that get up in Australia that I hear about, like 50, 100, 200, 400 or something, which if you can get into and.
Would you sell action for those games if you could get in them, or would you take them all on your own?
Yeah, I don't know enough to. I mean, I could, but I'm not. Yeah, I would definitely sell action. I think the variance in those games is ridiculous. Obviously, yeah.
I think you always hear. You always hear about how good live PLO games are. Like literally every person I met in California when I was out there for poker stuff was like, "You need to play more live PLO. The games are so good, live PLO. The games are so good, live PLO. The games are so good, live PLO." It's like. Every person you meet, it's like, I don't know if they're actually playing these games, if they heard that from 10 other people and they just repeat it back to everybody they know that plays PLO. But this seems to be the common theme is that live PLO is exceptionally soft. And
yeah, that's what I'm hearing as well. And if I can beat 2.5, but I can't crack into the 10, 20, and 25 PLO games on Stars, then where do I go? You got to go to playing live. I think I can probably win in 10-20, at least short stacking. But we'll see. We'll see. Games are getting tougher, that's for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if that's where a lot of the regulars that maybe used to play a lot online, now they're just playing more live because they realize they're not going to be able to win for as much money as they used to be able to win for.
It could be. Like there's big live games, all over the world, and a lot of the biggest ones are PLO these days, not even Hold'em. So. Yeah, could be.
I always wonder what happens to certain players. Like I remember the other day, I was looking at the people you were playing with at the tables, and like I'm not necessarily surprised that I see them playing 1-2, but it's like it's interesting seeing them at 1-2 now, and they're like considered 1-2 regs when these guys are playing a lot of 10-20 plus, a couple years ago. I mean, even 3 years ago.
I know, and these are tough players. You got like Mr. Negreanu, you got Paulie Adler, you got Love to Play You. These guys are these are not like reg fish who just ran hot for a while. These guys killed high stakes.
So I have a theory on Love to Play You.
Yeah.
Might be an unpopular opinion, but this is my theory on Love to Play You.
All right, let's hear it.
This might be a little shots getting fired here. So Love to Play You, obviously, nicknamed Love to Program You for his program that checks back nut flushes versus you when you have a straight flush, and also checks back the second nuts when the second nuts is a very strong hand. When you have the first nuts, he checks it back. So I'm going to speculate here. We're going to go back a couple years. God, man, this whatever, it's fine. We're going to speculate. Go back a couple years. Love to Play You, playing a lot of very tough player, never lost a hand. playing a lot of mid stakes, whatever, and he used to play a lot of high stakes. Then he went up to high stakes. He made like that $700,000 like week or 2 weeks at 200, 400, and then he's back playing 1-2. Tax reasons, of course. Tax reasons. And then ever since that time, and then I made some speculation in the chat. Like, oh, maybe it's something's going on here. I love to program you. I was kidding, Yeah. But now, maybe he does have the program. Maybe he wants to stay under the radar. If he's playing 1-2 and 50 cent dollar, no one's gonna like. Why would anyone speculate that he's got this? Think about it. If you're a super user and you've got this sick love to program, I don't know. You work for Stars. You're not allowed to make allegations like this, even though you have a program sitting behind you right now. But think about it. If you're gonna hide under the radar, what better place to do it than 1-2 and 50 cent dollar? Now everybody thinks you lost your skill. You're this fun player, but slowly but surely, man, you're just printing the money. That's my theory about love to program you. I promise. That's my theory. I feel like there's a more than 5% chance that's true theory.
I think you're underselling yourself. I think it's like 50% to be accurate, at least. Yeah. I see no holes in that theory. But yeah.
What kind of holes do you see in that theory?
So as I said, I see no holes. No holes. It's bulletproof.
Yeah, but maybe not. Maybe he's. I don't. Man, that guy's so good at PLO.
I think he actually posted his reasons for playing 1-2 at somewhere in the high stakes PLO forum. I can't remember what it was, but
think about it. Wouldn't you post your reasons why you're playing 1-2? Think about it. I mean, really. If I think about it, also he could just stay under the radar. You couldn't post it all, which would obviously be more GTO approach to things. But
yeah, maybe we found a hole. We found a hole in your plan.
But maybe that's just such good GTO that he would just to throw it like so. This guy's fucking smart. So he's thinking, oh, why would they no one would post this if they were doing it. So I'm gonna post it. Maybe he's like 10 levels above us right now, and
he's always 10 levels above us, checking back to freaking nut flush to straight flushes. He's always been 10 levels above us.
Get me angry, Roy. Get me mad thinking about him checking back a nut flush. I guess, what do you got in store for 2015? Are you going to be playing World Series? Are you just going to be streaming a lot, working on your PLO game, trying to make it back to 10-20? What's on the agenda?
Yeah, I'm not going to World Series. I haven't gone for the last few years, I think. I mean, I'm not a tourney player. I don't play much live cash. It's just so far, and it's not really worth it for me. Yeah, and I took a bunch of time off in January and February, like PCA, and I was in San Diego, and then India for my brother's wedding, so I guess I'll try and get Supernova Elite. We'll see how that goes. I'm pretty far behind now, but it's really early days still for PLO. Yeah, so that's it. Work on my game. Get better at full stacking. Play 2-5. Look to get up to 5-10, 10-20. Definitely stream a lot more. I want to stream a bunch. Get like PLO more well known. I was thinking about writing a couple of books actually, like ebooks, like an introduction to PLO kind of ebook. Because everyone's always asking me like, how do I learn PLO? What's the best, what's the best training site for PLO? Or like micro.
We'll talk more about that idea later.
There's nothing out there, so I'm talking about like some really basic thing that I'd basically give away. Yeah. Anyway, I have lots of ideas, but I don't know, not as much time to.
I have a good expansion on that exact idea you said, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that post one because that's it's an interesting concept or something like that. I don't know if you could say that. I don't know how to word it. Do you what else are you spending your time doing, man? Like, you're not drinking. You don't have the stand-up desk anymore. You might not be obsessed with cardio like you once might have been.
Oh, I really want to get that stand-up desk. Like, I've got a makeshift stand-up desk, so sometimes I'll use it and switch back and forth. But we're thinking about moving, and that's why I held off buying it, because I wanted to see the space that we were in for the new place. But I just procrastinated that. I really think stand-up desks are super important if you're playing like 8 hours of poker a day. Because all of this research is coming out, and more keeps coming out, saying that if you're sitting, you're just literally killing yourself or taking years off your life, and there's nothing you can do to fix it. Like, you could sit in a chair for 8 hours a day and then go exercise in the gym for an hour and a half, but it doesn't reverse the damage. So, yeah, definitely gonna do that. What else do I do? I don't know. I like cooking a lot. Eating good food, going to restaurants, checking out like cool food places. Sydney's got like all sorts of cool food trucks and stuff popping up, so I'm always out eating new food. I read, I watch TV shows. I love board games. I play board games with my buddies a lot.
Favorite board games?
At the moment, it is Dominion. I had a mental blank. I got it right behind me. It's a card game / board game where you kind of build your deck as you play. It's amazing. I play like Settlers of Catan, but I'm kind of over that.
Were you trying to see me in the Settlers of Catan streets, my friend?
I'll play you in the streets. You should move on to Dominion though. Settlers of Catan is like it's the gateway board game. It's a gateway drug of the board game. It's the marijuana of board games. You play it, you love it, but then then you get into the good stuff. What else is there? There's Seven Wonders. Seven Wonders is pretty cool. All sorts of cool board games. My good buddy who lives in Vegas got this new one called Twilight Struggle, which I don't know. Do you know the blog 538? It's Nate Silver's website.
Yep.
Yeah. His site. I don't know if it was him or someone else wrote an article on like the best board game in the world, and Twilight Struggle won it. It just edged out every other board game. So I haven't played it yet, but I want to.
So
anyway,
you think, isn't Dominion like if it's a deck building game, it's like Hearthstone sort of, or is it?
It's not really like Hearthstone. It's not in the sense that you build like it's not like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone where you build a deck that like damages or you build minions or stuff. It's like you're building a civilization. You're trying to get victory points just like any other board game to win, and you get them by various activities. Like you get money and you can buy them, or you can build little things in the game. It's kind of hard to explain. But yeah, it's not really like Hearthstone. It's not like Hearthstone.
You know, we could play Settlers of Catan online and we can stream it.
That's a good idea. I'd do that.
People would love it. Have you played any of the expansions? So on PlayCatan.com, they have expansions like there's Sea of Safari and there's all.
Yeah. I played one of them. I think it's Seafarers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we can actually stop going blurry camera.
You're blurry.
Roy, the Chokesters like to know your take on the BGG, aka the Big Girl Grind, aka 160 and below gotta go, aka 160 and above. We show you love.
I don't judge. I've never been on the BGG myself, but I don't judge. I think each their own. That's about it. I've never been on the BGG, but I'll respect those who are willing to. Whoa, what happened? Hang on. My monitor went crazy. There we go. You're back. I respect it. I'm more of a Daniel Negreanu, 160 and below kind of guy myself.
Daniel Negreanu is a young girl grinder, buddy. He's not a 160. Obviously he's 160 and below, but he's a young girl grinder.
Oh no.
18 to 22. I'm ready to put my in you.
I'm just glad you started at 18 and not like what?
18 to 22. I'm ready to put my in you. That's the Degen Days motto, baby. That's what he lives by. That's what he breathes.
Put that on a T-shirt. You sell 1,000 copies.
Holy shit. 11 to 17.
I love that that's like the biggest like takeaway from your podcast or your live stream with Daniel. This is the young girl grind. Forget everything else that was said. The only thing people are talking about now is the young girl grind.
I mean, what was more memorable that he said except the young girl grind?
I mean, I thought the rest of his stuff was pretty cool, but yeah, that was up there.
I definitely, I enjoyed having him on. For those that don't know, I had Degen Days on a Poker Live podcast. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. Link below in the description. On Twitch, click at calls raise OP with HSPLO offsuit dies, or my YouTube channel at JohnYourOne. But yeah, I enjoyed that episode. Obviously, I think that's going to be my most viewed episode on YouTube, which obviously is good in some ways. But I just enjoyed meeting him in general and talking with him, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have him on a podcast, because I felt like a lot of people may have had some misconceptions about the type of person that he is, and I thought he was actually like a pretty cool person and pretty good, great poker ambassador. So I kind of wanted to show him some love and have him on because, yeah, I think his reputation lately has taken a bit of a hit from all of his PokerStars players supporting that were the negative changes for the players.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, personally, I've obviously known him for 10 years since I got into poker. I've been a fan, and I was obviously a huge fan when I first found out about like who he was. He played like small ball on TV, and I was like, this guy's awesome. And I started getting into poker, and then it was like kind of cool to hate on him for a little while, and I went along with that. But then the more I've just found out about him, like watched him in interviews or just seen what he does, the more I've just started to start respecting him again, and he's like literally the best ambassador for poker that there's ever been. So, yeah, I thought that was a great podcast, and maybe change some people's opinions on him.
Maybe he also went a little Choice Center. He got in a Choice Center.
Yeah, that was that didn't do anything to help his reputation when he was all into that cult. But I don't know. He seemed to explain it fairly well. I didn't follow it very closely. I didn't really read the 2+2 thread, so I don't know what the other side of it is. I just heard his side, and I heard was it Antonio went there as well, which I don't know. Anyway, it didn't sound as cultish when he was talking about it, but that's what a cult member would say, huh?
Think about it. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've talked to a couple other people who have done Choice Center before, and they talk the exact same way about it. Yeah, like they literally, that's like a word for word. They say the same exact thing about Choice Center.
Yeah.
And
well, it's not like, I mean, it sounds pretty cool the way he puts it. And it's not like anyone's lives getting ruined, from what I can deduce. But
that's what I took away from it too. I don't know. I think they worked on us, because I feel like some people were like, "All right, this guy, shut the fuck up."
Yeah. I mean, the downside is the swindling people out of like $2,700. But you know, I think that whatever he said at the end is like, don't go if you can't. If like spend the $2,700, what's the worst that can happen if you have that money to like as disposable money? Sounded like there's a reasonable upside.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about trying it at some point prior to talking with him, just because I thought it could. I mean, you never know. Who knows? 27, whatever. It's fine. But
yeah,
I still might try it at some point in time. I'm not sure. I don't know. I might get. You can. I think you can do. You don't have to do the actual course. I believe you can get consultations, or you can get some potential coaching from people. So.
Yeah.
I'll look into it, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I won't look into it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. If you had to give one piece of poker advice right now to an aspiring pot limit Omaha player, what would you give them?
Wow, one piece of advice to an aspiring pot limit Omaha player. I'd say just play one table. I mean, I was watching that guy on stream. I can't remember his name, but you tweeted the guy who banned you. He's like streaming 5 cent, 10 cent, and
that guy is so terrible, by the way. I mean, he's so bad.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be playing very well. I could just see him struggling with decisions. And he's playing 3 tables of Zoom. I don't know, 3 or 4 tables. And I'm just like, dude, I told him as well, just play one table, even a regular table or one Zoom table, and just think about your freaking decisions and why you're doing certain things. Like I'll do that myself. Like this year, like last year, I was playing terribly, and I took time off at the end of the year. So when I started this year, I was literally one tabling again, and I was killing it because every single decision, I was like, timing tells. You pick up on stuff that you miss when you're 4 tabling. Your bet sizing is way better. Like you experiment with betting, 1/5 pot and pot size bets. When you're multi-tabling, you just have a standard 3/4 bet size in lots of spots. There's just so much stuff you can learn and do one tabling. So that's my advice. If you want to move up from the micros to mid stakes, do it one tabling is Zoom.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why I might, in addition to the people being very, very fun on my favorite site, you can't play that many tables, and that actually might work in my favor because, as you know, I'm very addicted to playing as many tables as I possibly can. It's if you can 24 table, why wouldn't you want a 24 table? Obviously, on these other sites, I mean, when you try to do this on the fucking some terrible site like Shots at or is Amaya owned by OnGame and PokerStars? Is it Maya own both of them?
I think so. I don't really know. I remember there was. They probably do. Well, shit,
all right,
I don't know. I should know that.
OnGame software is fucking terrible, by the way. So if you think
I know. Back when I used to play on there, I hated it. There's no time bank? Is that right? Is that still a thing?
No, there's time bank on there.
Time bank. Okay.
It's a very you never know if it actually is working. I found some scripts and I put some stuff together with AHKs to make my multi-tabling experience better. The OnGame was like one of my main sites for a little bit of time too. And I was like, I better get off this terrible site.
Yeah.
Amaya, you're not playing great. If that's if that was your.
Yeah.
But now you own PokerStars, obviously, so I guess you're playing great. So congratulations.
Yeah.
GDL, terrible equals fun. I apologize for the use of the adjective terrible to describe someone's poker game because that's not something I should be saying. Greg says, why is Chicago Joey hating on me? Greg, I got a love for you, man. I got a lot of love for you, Greg. Butt Farm Poker, I like your name. Amels, what's up? Shout out to Amels. Dude, what, says Joey. Biggest girl you've been with, be honest. I think you guys might be saddened to know that. We'll save that for another conversation. Okay, so one piece of poker advice you give to a PLO player: play less tables.
Yeah.
Okay, and if somebody out there is interested in learning about the game, or potentially maybe transitioning over from No Limit to PLO, what source of information would you recommend for them to potentially do?
Honestly, and I mean, I'm just going to plug my own stream, because at the moment I'm playing 1-2 PLO and just telling people how to play solid PLO. And not just my stream, watch any PLO stream if the guy's talking about his hands and talking strat. It's free information, you'll learn, and you can sign up to training sites, you can buy books. I don't really recommend any books at the moment. I think, especially for like micro stakes, there are none that are really tailored towards that arena. Like read forums. I think the small stakes PLO forum and 2+2 is a reasonable spot to post hands and read about. Like there's a lot of noise and sometimes bad info, but you post there enough, you start to see there's a few guys who know what they're doing, and they're always posting solid stuff. So you can get good free advice there. Yeah, just do that stuff. Run a ton of equity simulations. Get like Pro Poker Tools. I think it's free. I mean, Odds Oracle you might pay for, but you can go to the Pro Poker Tools website and just run as many simulations as you want, and just study. Spend as much time studying as you spend playing. Let's say. When you're learning.
Spend as much time studying as you play to learn PLO. Just start off initially playing PLO.
Yeah, I mean, close to. If you've never played PLO before, don't spend 6 hours a day playing and like half an hour a day looking over your hands. Play for an hour and then take an hour break. Watch a poker video or a stream, take some notes, look over your hands, and play for another hour. And you'll improve way faster than playing 8 hours, looking over your biggest pots in Hold'em Manager, being like, oh, I played them fine, or posting a couple on a forum, or sending 2 to a friend and getting him to say whatever, and then playing another 8 hours the next day. You're just never going to improve much. Or not very quickly. Like there is always the exception, like freaking Odd Odson or Johan, who just played tons of tables and hours and just killed it, ran it up. But most people play less tables, play less and study more, and yeah, do that.
Technically, Odd Odson didn't have to take that career path, by the way. Odd Odson didn't just play a lot of tables and run it up. He tried multiple times to move up, but he kept coming back down to 2-4, and then he finally broke through. I feel like he probably has worked on his game. I don't know how much he works on his game now, but with the amount of times he uses the word hot and cold equity, I feel like he has to work on his game a little bit.
He's always like, I have too much equity to fold like 7-3 2 offsuit in the big blind, so I'm just gonna call and realize some of our equity. It's still better than folding. But I said what I said because he was just always 24 tabling, just like round the clock. So
let's go back. Tell me more. Tell me more about Odd Odson's big blind strategy, right?
That's basically it. He should never fold his big blind.
No, I don't understand you when you speak that way. I need you to speak in the other voice you were just using.
So he's there with like, so this under the gun tight player is raised, and I'm sitting here with the queen 9-4-2 rainbow, and he potted it, but so our odds aren't great, but I think we can we can attack him on low boards, and we can outplay him post flop, out of position, and deep stack. I think we're better than him.
Under the gun's bet 86.
Yep.
Under the gun's like Phil Galfani. He's like, yeah, I can't fold this hand. Got way too much hot and cold equity. A queen 9-4-2 rainbow doesn't do the best against his under the gun range. But when you take into account, I already have one big blind in the pot. I essentially
folded his dead money, and he has to balance his range.
He wants to fly with aces. He wants to fly with queen 9-4-2. I think it's a very, listen, right? We're playing we're playing, you know, mid stakes and lower end of high stakes. He's playing the highest stakes.
I know. He's obviously correct. He was one of the. I think he was one of the pioneers of defending every big blind. Nowadays, everyone seems to do it.
I know he was definitely the pioneer, and then I feel like Phil really blew it up in terms of the videos and putting the word out there that you should be.
There was someone who made a video before Phil. I think it was Jurian or someone who like made a specific video on defending a big blind.
Fuck Durian.
And then Jens came in and said, this video is literally gonna like reduce win rates the most of any video ever been released in the history of the internet. And I think him posting that was like also doing the same because he could just confirm that it's correct, unless he was trolling everyone. You've gone blurry again.
What I thought would come from that, yeah, whatever. What I thought would come from that idea, that video, is that at first I was like, okay, this is not smart. But then I changed back again, by the way, and then I went to, well, it's actually not bad, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of people playing lower stakes who see this and they're going to take this information and apply it completely wrong. They're going to have no idea how to defend Queen 9-4-2 from the big blind. They're going to have no idea how to combat someone raising 75% of buttons, and therefore they think they should defend all the big blinds. And what's going to happen is a lot of times it just the idea in general will maybe help them, but I feel like it's actually going to hurt them more in the short term and potentially like even fuck with their head and hurt them more in the long term to change their strategy around. But on the other hand, what's going to happen is I think you might have some good players who see that and then they actually take it into account and then they actually start improving their game. But also I feel like even for some of the better, some okay players, it actually would have a negative impact on their poker game. So I kind of went back and forth on the idea of how much actual helpful that particular piece of information or video was. And I think, I mean,
I think it balanced out, like, as you say, there are going to be a bunch of people who are just misapplying it. And I've noticed, like, a 1-2, people are defending the big blind heaps. Well, some people are still big nits, but they'll do it, and then they just don't really check raise you on the flop much. They're playing very hit or miss, which you can't really get away with defending a wide range if you're not going to bluff post flop. You need to pick up pots when you miss. But yeah, I think there were some players that were decent players and they saw the idea. It's really just an idea, and then it's how you apply it. The good players see the idea and then they do their own work, and they're like, all right, I should be defending more. What am I going to do post flop to make up for it? The bad players are like, I should be defending more, and it ends there. So, you know, helps some, hurts some. I don't know what the end result is.
1-2 zoom where regulars go to die.
Yeah, it really is. I was so reluctant to drop to 1-2. Like, I haven't played 1-2 in like 8 years or something like that. I've never played 1-2 PLO regularly. I just started off at 2-4, and then worked my way up. But I'm just like, nowadays with like, you can't play regular tables. I'd play 2-4 regular if it ran all the time. But it's either 2-5 zoom or 1-2 zoom or 1-2 regular. If you want to play a lot of volume, so I'm like, oh well, I'll swallow my pride and play.
I think I've actually done extremely well at 1-2 across sites because regular tables at most of the sites, and what you see is that the games are incredibly soft, and 1-2 is a great limit. I mean, I don't understand how people don't beat 1-2. I gotta be honest with you. If you're not beating 1-2, like. But at the same time, then a lot of people aren't beating PLO in general, so they would love to just be at 1-2 breaking even.
Yeah, of course. But like, I think the gap between 1-2 and 2-5 is like the biggest difference in skill we've ever seen in like a jump in stakes in PLO. 1-2 PLO to 2-5 zoom, because 2-5 can be really tough. Like maybe.
I think 2-5 to 10-20 is harder.
2-4 or 3-6 plus.
Yeah. Yes, I think that might be a bigger skill jump.
It's hard to say. I guess it depends on the 2-5 zoom pool at the time. Like that varies so much, but maybe like at the moment 2-5 to 10-20, since 5-10 doesn't run that much. That's bigger.
That's the thing. Like you go from 2-5 to 10-20. Like you're not.
That is.
$1,500 more money, but the bad players, like the bad player entries are much smaller, and the good players are that much better. So it's kind of with the it's just going to be hard naturally by that being the case.
Yeah.
But I think 1-2. So 1-2 to 2-5. How hard? I've never played any 1-2 Zoom, and I haven't really played much 1-2 on Stars at any point in time. So, what do you think the jump really like? How would you quantify it? I guess the 1-2 to 2-5 Zoom pool jump. Like, what do you think that people might be like? What separates? I guess those besides the rate.
I think the regulars are just a lot better at 2-5, especially the good regulars at 2-5 are way better. The good regulars at 1-2, like aside from the sometimes when higher stakes regulars drop down, like the people who are only playing 1-2, they're good, but they're just kind of solid, and they'll maybe be tough in like 1 or 2 spots, but they're usually still very unbalanced. Like the best regulars at 1-2 are probably too aggressive in some spots, or they're not very balanced. And at 2-5, you get people who they just know what they're doing. They'll make your life hell, but they'll do it in a nice balanced way that you can't just check call when you have sets and get them to stack off to you. Whereas at 1-2 you can do that. I think there is plenty of like fun players at 2-5 too. So the difference in bad players or recreational players isn't much. It's all in the regulars. And 1-2 has, as you say, where the regs go to die, a lot of those average, weak, mediocre regs who are, they're breaking even or slightly losing, slightly winning, and they're kind of comfortable and happy with it. They're making 30, 40, 50 bucks an hour, maybe more with rake back and stuff. And they're like, whatever, they'll play 4 tables as a Zoom and make some money and fold 60% of their big blinds. So
that's what I think you find is those players who kind of like, they've almost accepted their fate as a 1-2 player, and those guys honestly you should never get stacked by that guy ever. Like, I mean, unless you're like in a 4-bet pot or you call a 3-bet and you let yada yada yada, make a gentleman's agreement, you're gonna get in. But those guys should never be beating you on turn and river decisions in single race pots ever. Like, you shouldn't be losing a big pot to those type of bad players because
they play the same way. It's very straightforward, and they're also the kind of guys you can fold ace king king pre-flop to sometimes, to a 5-bet or. There's the same regulars who you can fold like ace king king 5 single suited to, if the stacks are right, because they just literally 100% of the time have aces.
You advocating 4-betting that hand, Roy?
It depends, but I think you can sometimes 4-bet fold it.
Take it easy, Bruno. Panda, good night, my friend. He says 1 a.m. Brazil. Enjoy, my friend. Good luck tomorrow in the law office. I hope you send some people to jail and/or keep some people out of jail. So the Chodester says thoughts on Zygmun's $1.5 million upswing.
I saw that graph.
Graph is sick, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I saw the graph and then I was just like, my mouth was literally I was just speechless. I was, and then I don't know if it was you or someone else posted a GIF of just a guy doing the exact same thing. Like,
that was me. I posted that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That is absurd. There's nothing else to say about it. Absolutely absurd.
Yeah. Sandbags. What's up, Sandbags? Yo, hey, Sandbags he was streaming some 1020 on Bovada the other day. Some 1020
awesome.
No limit. This guy crushed it. He's funny. He's got a great stream. Check him out. He's RU18 LOL on 2+2. Got a lot of love for him, man. Can someone link the graph? I'll pull the graph up for Zygmun's graph, guys. Hold on a second. Man, I've actually I like right now. I like watching only a couple streamers. I like watching your stream, by the way, just because it's fun. I enjoy like hearing you talk in your Australian Haxton voice too. So. Let me find this graph, guys. Let me find the graph. I
like, sometimes I'll like wrap up my stream and it'll be like 4 or 5 a.m., which is shortly after Jason starts streaming. And I'm like, let me just pull the stream up just to see what's going on. And I'm just like pulled in. Like, I'll be sitting there for half an hour watching his freaking stream. He just doesn't stop talking. He's just constantly talking. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just wasting more time watching this stream. Yeah. Right. I'll hop around to the streams and check them out. What's the graph?
Here's the graph, boys. All right, so it is. This is Zygmun's graph for 2015. It was $1.5 million winnings. He's $300,000 above expectation, and it's about 35,000 hands right here. 37,000 hands. So this is what it looks like, and it's fucking sick.
I don't even know what to say about it. That is ridiculous. Like,
I don't know where his ability went for a short period of time, or a year or two period of time, but
yeah,
came back with a vengeance, I guess.
He's been tapping into this guy behind me. He gave some, yeah.
The Dream Machine. I wonder if PokerStars is gonna yell at you for speculating that you might actually have a Dream Machine behind you. Are you gonna Are they gonna yell at you for that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, one piece of life advice. If you can give someone some life advice out there that might be struggling with some life or their situation or their predicament that they're in.
One piece of life advice. Just keep going. I mean, life's gonna be hard. Life's gonna, you're gonna run into hurdles. You're gonna get knocked down. Just get up. Just keep going. Like, go through a downswing. Just keep going. Maybe work on your game and you keep going. If you break up your relationship, blows up, whatever. Yeah, you feel suicidal. You're miserable. You just keep going. It'll get better. Time will heal it. Just fucking keep going. It's my advice. Life. For everyone, has ups and downs. It sucks sometimes, but it gets better. Life is awesome. Like, when you think about it, life is amazing. Just the fact that we're alive. It's really amazing. So enjoy it. Like, no point being sad or unhappy or miserable. I'm not saying don't be, or just if you are, snap out of it, because you can't. I know it's not that easy, but take a step back, realize life is amazing and incredible, and just keep going. If you're going through a bad time, it'll get better.
You've been at church lately, brother. You've been hanging out at church, my friend. I like it. I like what you're saying. Church, motherfucker. Okay. You're like watching one of these 3 a.m. Life is amazing, and you, as people of the world, must enjoy your life. Get an amen, brother.
Your accent needs some work there, brother.
No, I was trying to do an African accent there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow, it was terrible. Oh, shit. Okay.
Your accent, your Hollywood accent was amazing. That was a little, I don't know what that was, but...
What do you think? Do you think I'm breaking down African accents, too?
You should be.
All right, guys in the chat, give some questions. Do you have some questions for Roy or for me or for a combination of us both? Here's your time. Post them in the chat. You can ask us anything. That's all I got. Poker Nub says, hey, guys, any of you in Vancouver? I think CG's in Vancouver right now. I think CG's in Vancouver. I think he's streaming right now, too. Like I said earlier, I'll be streaming on Twitch from now on most days. And I'll be streaming some pot limit Omaha action. I sometimes might play. I might do some sort of like low stakes challenge. I might do another play money prop bet. I'll be streaming some of the high stakes. I'll be looking over some old hand histories. I'll be interacting with some regular streamers on YouTube. Me and Roy are going to do a competition where we either pick a stripper each and coach them PLO on the stream to get them to be a winning player, or we each choose a streamer, or we each find a girl streamer already on Twitch, and we have a challenge. They face off against each other to see who is to have a competition. So basically, me and Roy are going to find a girl on Twitch. We're going to coach her. We're going to teach her PLO. We're going to have fun with her. We're going to make her wear cardigans. And Roy wants her in a cardigan for some fucking weird reason. I'm not sure why he really has an obsession. He has an obsession.
You want her in the cardigan.
You want her in the cardigan.
No.
Your girlfriend wants her in the cardigan.
Well, probably not. I don't think anyone wants her in a cardigan.
Yeah, nobody wants to be in a cardigan, honestly. Let's be honest here. With your Simba face paint, you should be African. That's true. This prop bet could be really fun, man. If we each find a girl and try to mold her into a pot limit Omaha player. I mean, obviously they're not going to. I mean, no shots, but they're not going to be big winners. You know.
No. Bang. Sorry, will they play like in the Zoom pool or the regular pool and see how their win rates matched up, or will they play against each other and just see who wins?
I think that one, the Zoom pool one. Yeah. So we can maybe scout out some people. We can, and I'll be streaming with me and Wild Hungarian are doing our first PLO challenge. I'm giving her a $100 free roll, 5 best of 5 heads up, sit and go PLOs. I'm giving her 30 minutes of coaching beforehand this Thursday, and we're going to be on video streaming. if you're not going to be entertained by the action, you can at least enjoy looking at her because she is somewhat like you can just look at her, right? And maybe even her accent's kind of cool. I'm not saying I have some sort of like.
You can enjoy looking at her because she is somewhat.
I don't want to be too goddamn complimentary of her. Okay, you gotta play the game, bro. I know you've been on the game for a couple of years now, but you gotta play the game. You don't want to throw your eggs in one basket. Like I want to lay you down and fuck the shit out of you. You don't want to. You gotta play it cool. Yeah, play it cool. And I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying I'm interested in anything like that with her at any point in time. Oh shit! All right. G Dell says, "GodlikeRoy, did you try to take that Twitter handle before the guy who has it and his only tweet is #Chitler LMFAO?"
So I tried to get like at GodlikeRoy maybe 5 years ago now, and there was someone who had already taken it like at GodlikeRoy. He had no tweets at that point. So I was like, all right, let me just go with @Roy Barson, my name, and then that's just what I've been using. Obviously, people get it wrong. They think, his Facebook's GodlikeRoy, his always screen name's GodlikeRoy, his Twitter's must be GodlikeRoy. So they try and send tweets to that guy, as you did earlier today. And so I clicked on his profile today. So I'm like, let me see if this guy started tweeting, if there's something going on. And he has one tweet. I don't know when it was made, like a year ago maybe. It's just #Chitler. I have literally no idea what it means, but that's what the imposter GodlikeRoy is doing with his Twitter account.
I was just shocked that there was two Roys out there who thought enough of themselves to consider themselves godlike. I couldn't believe there was another Roy out there who literally called himself GodlikeRoy. Is there a
so weird.
Like Godlike Joey? Does that exist? Is that in person?
That's a good question.
Great fucking question. What's up, C Mando Puppy? Have Roy. Okay, Roy, you told a good Degen story earlier, but Sandbags missed it. He was probably drunk at a casino playing poker. Can you share one more Degen story with him?
One more Degen story. It's more like a Degen time in my life. I think it was like 2008 World Series. Me and some buddies got a house in Vegas, as you do. And I was still underage then, so I couldn't gamble at like the World Series. I could play tournaments, but we just did I was there to have fun. I was there to drink, and we had a pool, we had like a pool table, we had a theater, and we had video games and stuff. And we were playing Chinese poker and usually be gambling all the time. And so we started off our net worths weren't very big back in 2008. Maybe we had between $30,000 and $40,000 to our name each. We started playing Chinese poker. I think it was like $25 a point, and wins and losses, a few $100 a session. And then one guy got stuck. I guess this is more of a Degen story for him than me, but it was a Degen time. He got stuck a couple thousand, and so he wants to up the stakes. We're like, sure, we're up. We're young, we have no, responsibilities, we have money, we'll be able to make millions from poker, we're very optimistic in this day, let's just keep upping the stakes. So we got a $50 a point, $100 a point, keeps losing. This guy's maybe got 30K, 40, guy's name's Andy, great guy. 30, 40K to his name, and we're playing Chinese poker, but then we're doing just all-in random flips at some points. We're too drunk to actually look at our cards and play properly, so we're just flipping coins and high carding. And this goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Eventually it's up $5,000, $10,000. We're paying $100, $200 a point Chinese, and so we're like, dude, you should probably stop. This is a third of your net worth. We're happy, we're up, but we don't want to take all your money. Guy didn't stop. $200 a point Chinese, I think, is what we ended up settling on as our baseline rate. And there were some sessions he'd lose $6,000 or $7,000, and it ended up just being a running tally. He obviously didn't have the cash to pay us. By the end of the 6 weeks trip, this guy was stuck about $70,000 to $80,000. His net worth at the time is $30,000, $35,000 maybe. So he owed. And it was a three-handed game most of the time. He owed me and my buddy Jamie 30 to 40K a piece. And we're like, all right, this is Andy bucks. This is, we had fun. We're not going to see the money. We'll see what we get now. It was just fake money at some point. It was just numbers. And we're like, this is whatever. The guy was suicidal, as you can imagine, just hating life. He was just having enough fun getting drunk, but. Yeah, that was a Degen time in my life. He paid us. Can you believe it? He grinded online for a year, 1-2, 2-4 Nolan Hold'em, made 150K, and just paid us all that money back. But I think, that's more of a Degen story of him. But If that had gone the other way around, I could have been in a very bad place in my life. Like we had one point we were paying $1,000 a point Chinese, where any hand you can lose like 15 grand. But I run good. I didn't bust. I just won all the money back then, and he basically paid for the furnishing of my first 3 houses that year. My apartment, and then when we bought a house, he was just sending me money every day or every week. I wouldn't do that now. Wouldn't do that now. The worst part was we'd go out to dinner, like 3 or 4 of us, and we'd be going to like really expensive dinners every single night. Obviously, not caring about money whatsoever. Play credit card roulette, and the poor guy lost like way more than his fair share of credit card roulettes. We had one dinner at Joel Robuchon, which is I think maybe the nicest restaurant in Vegas. The 3 of us with wine, the bill was like, and tip, the bill was like $2,500, and of course he loses, and it's just like the guy deserves a break. But no, we were just expecting him to lose as well. Like it got to the point where we're like, all right, well Andy's paying, we'll just do this just to go through the motions, but he's going to pay, and of course he ended up paying. That was a good meal. It was good. It was a good meal.
Shut the fuck
for a
up.
couple of reasons.
You're still needling him like years later? Are you kidding me right now? Oh,
we weren't really needling him. We were.
You're needling him right now by acknowledging that was a good dinner. That's a needle. Right
I don't think he's gonna see this. I don't think he's gonna see it. But
shout out to Andy if he sees this. If you want
shout out to
Andy, you want to prop bet? Let me know. I'll come take some of your money, brother.
Yeah, he was like, it is literally the opposite of any sort of like poker story you expect. Everyone's like a scumbag. They're like scamming people, taking their money. If you go stuck for double your net worth, you don't expect to see that money. But he grinded it. He paid us back, and then he basically quit poker not long after. So I feel a little bad about that. Poor Andy. Poor Andy.
Damn. You're You're mean, bro. What the fuck? Why you busting on your friend like that? I'm just telling this dude stop, man.
I feel bad. As like it was good to win money, but he was our friend. It felt bad to take all his money from him. But that's poker. That's life.
Did you not think about having like a responsible gaming moment where you stepped in? And you're like, maybe you should like take a chill.
Like we had moments like that, but it was like fake. Like, not really fake, but it's like, all right, we should tell him, all right, stop. But at the end of the day, we're fairly inebriated most of the trip. If he doesn't want to stop, we're not going to force him to stop. We weren't that responsible. I was like 19 or something, and had not a care in the world. So, if he wants to gamble with double his net worth, let him gamble with double his net worth. Maybe he wins. He could have won it back. It's not impossible.
Pray for Andy, guys. Pray for Andy. Pray for Andy hype. Is that a thing? I gotta stop saying that hype. I've been reading too much.
Twitch chat, yeah. Hashtag hype.
Hashtag hype. Hashtag pray for Andy. So what's up with Andy now? Can we find out Andy? Can we follow Andy on Twitter? Does Andy have like a resource we can reach out to him and like know who he is?
I don't know if he has Twitter. He's a pretty quiet, private guy. In that respect, he posts on 2+2 a lot. Maybe people know him. His 2+2 screen name is Hard to Tell. HARD, letter 2, and TEL. I don't know. I think he posts in like the sports forum and maybe like low stakes, Nolan Hold'em, or medium stakes.
Hashtag save Brian. Man, this poor guy Andy. I can't. This poor guy.
Yeah, poor Andy.
Well, I hope it.
Googled him. I'm looking at his pocket fives. Let's see. Alright, official poker rankings goes back to 2007. He definitely won before that, but
right,
he was a beast back in the day.
Let's turn this around. Let's make this more positive.
Yeah.
Ready for a wrap off? Let's do it.
A wrap off?
Yes, sir. So this is what happens. We each freestyle for 10 to 20 seconds. We go back and forth once or twice. The chat decides who won the freestyle.
I'm conceding to. I don't rap.
You got it.
I don't listen to rap. I don't even listen to rap.
You can word the rap. You can make up anything. There's literally no wrong answer.
Well,
I'll go first.
I'll go first. For me.
I can go first if you're nervous about it.
I am nervous.
All right.
I'm more nervous for the viewers because it's going to be like just pathetic. No one's going to like it.
They're gonna love it, Roy. I promise.
I'm going to get some sympathy votes. You got some glasses as well.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get Poppy Joey on. Hold on. Poppy Joey's got to go put his. Hold on a second, Roy.
Roy instantly agrees to come on this. I do instantly agree. Roy doesn't want any part of your nonsense. I do not. I'll try it. I'm gonna hate it. I don't even listen to rap.
Yeah, baby boy. It's your boy Poppy Joey in the motherfucking house right now, son. Alright, yeah, Roy, you ready to go?
Not really, no, but
Alright, Roy. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna hit it first. Alright, my name's GodlikeRoy, and I'm here to say I play Pot Limit Omaha every day. I like the short stack. I like big girls. Lay you down, girl. Let me rock your world. Alright, Roy, you're up.
jeez. Alright. Alright, my name is Chicago Jory. Shout out to my peeps. Despite my young girl grind, I ain't no creep. I like to play PLO. You guys should give it a go. Rocking the hoodie and sunnies. I wanna hit some honeys. There you go. Out.
Alright. What up? Word. Let me hit that shit, though. Alright. Papito a la colamosa. My name is GodlikeRoy. I'm in the PLO podcast today. Playing with my GTO Dream Machine toy. Shout out to the viewers in the live stream. I'm wearing a hat and sunglasses inside. I don't know what it means. Okay, you're now you.
All right, you're getting old. All right. I ain't got the sunnies. I ain't got the hat. I got the PokerStars hoodie, which is better than that. I got some wine fridges. I got some GTO machines. I got some Omaha skills, but I got poker in my jeans. I'm on the tangent.
Bang.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
All right, I got one more for you. Hold on. I met a girl last night. No, I don't want to do that one. All right, I'm just gonna let you have this one. You win.
I win. Wow. I was not expecting that. You got some Isildur hair going on, by the way, with the sunnies. You got the.
Oh, what happened to my hair?
Make it a little more blonde, and you could be like an American Isildur. Wow, that's loving me.
Jesus Christ. That second verse was terrible. I sung the second verse. I didn't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, you got all like harmonic and like deep. You're like at peace at the end. You're like really chilled. Wasn't much of a rap.
I was pretty much resigned to my fate after you busted out that first good rap. Because when you build yourself down to be not that good at it, and then all of a sudden you like crushed it, you were gonna win no matter what.
I was pretty happy with my first one. I'm not gonna lie. The second one, no good. But yeah.
Roy, we focus on the positive around here. Let's focus on the positive first verse rather than the negative second verse, and let's show a little love for that first verse, though. Okay?
All right.
Someone see a side view of my hair? Jesus. I got Nanico to literally ask you, what is Greg Noble? Greg, listen, Greg, you better take off your pants if you want to. Yeah, Nanonoko's questioning what the big girl grind is, too. So.
Yeah.
All right. I need a chance to redeem myself. You ready for a dance-off?
A dance-off? No, I'm not dancing, man.
Yes, sir. Okay, you wouldn't rap. Look how much you crushed it.
Yeah, but I've danced before. I've never rapped before. I've danced, and I know I'm terrible. So I'll watch you dance and make a fool of yourself, but I'm not dancing.
Listen, I dance. I got some skills.
All right. Well, let's watch you. Oh, is it you dancing or is Hollywood Haxton dancing?
Ike, you busy? He's busy right now. He's busy. He's watching. But that fucking porn. Come on. Now Ike's busy. No, sorry.
Ike, get over here.
Shout out to Lyman. Lyman's in the chat right now. Let's show Lyman a little love. Lyman's in some devilish dispute with his website where he had a podcast on. And God damn it, I hate when Ike acts like an idiot, man. I can't believe it. All right, so we're gonna have a dance off. You ready? I'm gonna put a song on, and we're gonna do a dance off. Okay?
We're watching you make a maybe fool of yourself dancing. You probably know your dance moves. All the raging you do.
We're literally having a dance off. You beat me in rap. You're not gonna give me a fucking chance to win it back?
I can see, man. I don't dance.
You gotta try. What kind of quitter are you? You don't even try? What kind of example are you setting out there for people by not even trying?
Alright, guys. If you're thinking of switching from normal home to PLO, and I'm not saying quit. I'm just saying don't dance when you do it. Anyway, you go. We'll see.
This isn't a solo competition. This isn't a show off. This is a dance off. This isn't a show off.
You're that good. You're showing off now.
No. A show off would be me just dancing by myself.
Well, do a show off then. I'm not dancing, dude.
All right, let's have a Tom Dwan Duroff and a Tom Dwan impression off then.
Okay.
Okay, as the winner, you get to go first.
All right. Give me a second. Tom Dwan. He hasn't been around for a while. I got to think back to when he was on like high stakes poker or. All right. So he's like, you bet how much? Call.
Okay, is that your voice? Is that your impression, really?
I don't know. I don't watch him.
Okay, well, let me try. Hold on. Let me get out of Poppy Joey, the Poppy Joey outfit.
Let's see this. I don't know what his voice is, so I was trying to do like the face impressions. He's like always staring you down with his head like he leaned backward. He's like really, he's like up in your face a bit. He's like, call. Yeah.
All right. Let's give it a shot.
The problem with the Tom Dwan impression is you need to tank for like 3 minutes before making any decision, so it's not like.
I mean, like. I gotta watch the video. I haven't seen Tom Dwan video. Hold on, let me.
That was basically what I did with a bit more of the voice.
I mean, like, I would like call sometimes, but like, I also like check folding too. But like, I think calling's fine, but like, I also think folding's fine. So like, I think it just depends.
That was good. Fat and your Ike Haxton accents are good. Your African impression's no good.
So
Let's hear you do an Australian accent. Can we hear you do an Aussie accent?
I don't think I have it. I don't know if I have an Australian accent. Do I have one? Joey Crushed? Oh my god. I'm not a professional. Listen, guys, I'm good at playing a lot of hands. And playing a lot of hours and debatably winning money at PLO. I'm not a goddamn professional at impressions. But just think about it. If I keep doing these impressions and voices for one more year, I might turn into. I might have something. Then I might be somebody.
The poker impressionist. That's a niche right there.
Hey, come on. Let's not send shots like that. Why are you talking shit about the poker impressions, man? What's up? What's up with that?
No, I'm saying the poker impressionist.
Let's do a GodlikeRoy impression. So I could probably do a GodlikeRoy impression. Let's see. GodlikeRoy impression. Karaoke match. Let's do it. We each get a song. We have to sing the song.
Karaoke. What do we do impressions of each other? I'll do a Chicago Joey impression. You do GodlikeRoy.
You've seen way more video of me. You're gonna kill me at this. But go ahead, fine. Let's see my impression.
All right, you're up. You're up.
No, you're up first.
Am I going first? All right. All right. What if I can change my hair a bit? All right. What up, guys? What up, guys? Welcome to the stream. I'm Chicago Joey here. GodlikeRoy on today. We're going to talk about PLO, Twitch. A lot of cool stuff coming up. A lot of cool stuff. Exciting stuff, guys. We're on Twitch for the first time. We're gonna be on YouTube later. But shout out to all of you. Shout out to Cat Poker. Shout out to Ghost of M. Shout out to Lyman Poker. Love you guys. Loving the chat. And yeah, let's do it.
Fucking shit. God damn it, motherfucker, dude. What the fuck is this bullshit? Yeah, like I can't do the Australian accent though. This isn't fair because you can do the English American accent. I can't do an Australian accent.
You can't. You were here. It's not that hard.
You can't. You will hear. You can't. You will hear. Keep talking. You can't. You will hear.
Just copy me, man. Just
copy me, man.
Some shout outs.
Shout out. You said copy me, man.
No, I'm not even. You're butchering it. All right. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's all good.
Can't do it. It's all good.
These ones.
Can't do it. It's all good. No, this is. I can't do an Australian accent. I can do a Roy impression. I just can't do an Australian accent.
Yeah.
I got the Roy impression down.
I don't have a very strong Australian accent either. I mean, there's some people who are just full on, g'day mate, full on Aussie accent, but mine's a bit past the sugar. Mine's a little calmer, milder.
Fuck my life. Yeah. Just thought of a new segment or something, so that's a good idea.
I like this segment.
What was that? What was? I should give an award for the person that can do the best impression of me and submits it on YouTube. I'll give them some award. I'm not sure what though. I am getting owned. You're right. This is how, guys. This is how it was playing against Roy for fucking years. He just owns me. This is what he does. He just owns me every time. This is it. He runs so good. It's so sick, man.
You got 23 other podcasts going on. That was the thing. You're always 24 tabling.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then when I stopped 24 tabling, I started winning. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that would have been the case?
Play again. Yeah. There was such a big difference in like how you played, obviously, 24 tabling to when you were like, what, 6 tabling? Or less? Yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped liking having you at the table then.
Yeah, plus I was running exceptionally well, so that always makes it much worse.
Yeah. Oh, you were on a 6-sick hitter, huh? I
really was. I really was on a 6-sick hitter. I actually have something coming up that's gonna. It's a project.
Yeah.
A project. All right, guys. Someone in the chat, give us one more competition we can do, because I need to avenge it. I don't know. I don't think I'm good at any of these competitions that we're doing right now. That's the problem.
I feel like yeah.
I haven't been popping the trunk and backing the truck up and streaming like this, where I'm like talking to people in the chat because I've just been doing podcasts with people. So in a way I'm talking to people in the chat, but at the same time I'm more talking to the guests than the chat.
Yeah, like it's more like interviewing you, like with the last couple that I've seen.
Yeah, it's been much more because I guess I didn't know them that well too. So people I don't know that well or I don't have a good relationship with previously, it's more like. Yeah, it's just it's you kind of want to I don't know you kind of want to like be more like in line or something like that, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So, the best joke competition. I would just be reciting a joke from I saw on Reddit.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. It's just like let me think but nothing's come to mind. I don't want to Google Reddit jokes. I'm not gonna.
Greg Noble, you should know me. I think Greg Noble's trying to have sex with me.
He's drunk. He's in love with you, and I think you're right.
Let's look at his profile. Hold on a second. Let's look at this Greg Noble guy. Yeah, we're gonna look at Greg Noble on Twitter. We're gonna break him down and see if he's a suitable sex partner for us. All right, as my handle would suggest, I'm Greg. I enjoy playing poker, watching porn, and eating pizza in that order. Oh, and don't forget the rum. Okay, well, let's go further. He retweeted me. Shows a little love. We got that.
That's a good sign.
Hashtag NanoNoko needs the BGG. Okay. I lie around and wonder if Patrick Swayze is still a bitch. He retweets a porn star, Christy Mack. He retweeted another porn star. He retweeted the UFC. He retweets Dan Bilzerian. So he's new to Twitter. Looks like he might have a child. He's still tatted up. Looks like he might spend some time in the gym. I like his haircut. Looks like he got a little tan. You know what, Roy? I'm out. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it, but I appreciate him showing up. I appreciate his support. I appreciate his comments. Sorry, Greg, I'm probably not going to be a lover with you or engage in a sexual act with you. And
you're open-minded. You gave it a go. What else can we ask for?
I was open-minded. I was interested. If the right opportunity came along, I might have been interested in potentially pursuing something with him. But unfortunately, you're going to have to now try to get someone else to love you. Maybe GodlikeRoy, who's going to be streaming pretty often on Twitch.
I love everyone. I got a lot of love to give. Greg wants that D? Question mark.
Oh my God, Joakim wants me to follow him. Oh my God. All right, I did follow him. Greg might want to have a dick off. Yeah, Greg, if you want to have a dick off on the stream, I'm happy to partake in one of those with you. But. Sorry, I'm writing down. I just came up with like 5 ideas for things I could do on streaming, so I had to write them down real quick.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So you're gonna start streaming like this week? I mean, after every day from now on, or?
Yep, every day. I'm gonna stream every single day until that I'm in town. I might stream every single day up until World Series of Poker.
Wow. I'm doing like 5 to 6 days a week going forward, but every single day, probably not.
Well, you know what, man?
What time are you looking to stream? Because we can.
Probably not the same time that you're going to be awake, which might be good actually. But
yeah, it's better to spread it out. Then you can do this thing where you host another channel. So then you have a bunch of viewers, you dump them off to someone, or I can dump them off to you. You'll finish my stream and like, hey, go watch Chicago Joey.
Well, I'll probably I might just keep my when I'm not streaming, I might keep mine hosted on yours or something like that, because then you'll probably be awake streaming too, and that way they can check yours out. Yeah,
and we'll get Verve, although maybe his might not be the best because it's in Portuguese, but some other PLO streamers. It's still good if he's playing 10-20. Anyway.
Well, I think I think what could happen is that if we start streaming more, then other PLO guys will want to start streaming PLO more too. And then one of those guys might take off. They might be entertaining. They might be funny, whatever. And then we can kind of try to help give birth to a bigger PLO community.
Yes, for sure.
On Twitch. God, we love, man. PokerNuff says, holy fuck, didn't know streaming poker was so big. I've been watching Twitch for years. Yeah, it's just really got started recently in the past 2+2. Has some type of deal with Twitch, I believe. So I think that's where it was started at. That's when it really started becoming embraced. And
but I think even before that, Twitch has been around for 4 years maybe, and it's been huge. But poker just hasn't been allowed on there. There's some people that streamed poker, but they were like, oh, it's against the terms and conditions, not allowed. So they banned those people. And so 6 months ago, they allowed poker on Twitch, and then everything just blew up, or started to blow up. It's blowing up now.
And now, it's I think now what I've been seeing from a lot of people is they're sort of they're using Twitch poker, which I think is actually bad GTO, but they like poker, but they're streaming Twitch poker because they feel like it'll help them build an audience up so they can monetize that audience. Their only reason for starting a stream is is eventually to monetize it. They don't have any interest in helping out people or anything like that. It's really not, it's only strictly they see it as a money making idea or venture, and I understand that, but it's funny to see that, and at the same time it's semi annoying. If that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna start streaming on Twitch to make money, it's just It's just a terrible idea. You're just not going to make much money streaming on Twitch. There's a couple people, like if you're super duper into it, you can make it work, but you got to put in so much work. You're way better off. Your ROI is going to be higher playing poker. You do it because you love it, because you find it fun, because you want to get more people in PLO, grow the game, because you feel rewarded from helping people, that kind of stuff. If you're just in it for the money, get out, because you're not going to make much. There's just not a lot of money in it. And I think someone mentioned before, I think Sticky Rice might have said how people watching poker streams are nits when it comes to donations. It makes sense. You watch someone winning hundreds and thousands of dollars online, you're not going to throw him a few bucks to help him support his lifestyle. So I think that just don't go into it for the money.
Yeah, I think I think these were more of the I talked to a bunch of people that have said this, and I've just seen like what their progress has been on Twitch. It's like they just want to start advertising, throwing things at you right away, donate like right away, and it's just like they're like asking like I feel like their GTO approach their strategic approach is very flawed in their logic.
Yeah, that approach is terrible. I mean, people see that and then they leave. It's like if you show an ad every 20 minutes, people are going to leave. If you tell them, hey, go to this site and whatever, they'll leave. I think I know the GTO approaches, but we'll talk about that off stream. I got some ideas.
Yeah.
But I mean, the general approach is just give out lots of great free stuff. It helps the community. It helps build your channel, but there's more to it than that. But I think the people who are streaming lots and giving away good content essentially for free are the ones that people want to watch, and they're the people we want building up a community too.
I agree.
Sure.
I know Jamie's like the first like Twitch born poker streamer who's like started to become pretty popular on Twitch. I don't think he's like really popular outside of Twitch, and maybe most poker players probably have no idea who he is, but he's popular in the Twitch society, which does have some value.
It adds tons of value.
I think it adds a ton of value to poker, but I think it adds value to himself as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
What Draw Live Girl say? Draw Live Girl. He said, "Hello, Joey. How's it going? What's up, Poppy?" Who we got? It. Lyman's talking about people buy him beers wherever he goes. Shout out to Lyman, man. I got a lot of love. I like Lyman. I wanted to see him when I was out in LA. I wanted to engage in some type of strippers, drugs activity with him, but he was busy, man. He was curling his hair, getting a perm or something like that day. So unfortunately, he couldn't.
As you do.
Yeah, he couldn't show me some love. And Greg said he's got a job interview tomorrow. Greg, good luck on your job interview. We're not hating on you. We're just saying that we might not want to engage in a relationship with you. Friendship, we're in. A relationship, you got to ask Roy what he thinks. I'm out. Roy, you in or out?
A relationship, I'm out. I love you, man. I'll give out some love, but I'm not gonna engage in any sort of a intimate relationship with you, sir. I'll give you some love though.
Gotcha. All right. If anyone in the chat has anything else they want to ask or say, go ahead. Let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up. And when we wrap it up, I might actually stream later tonight.
I'm thinking of streaming now, but I've been doing a lot of talking. Maybe I'll take a break and stream a little bit later.
What's your Twitch channel, in case we want to find it, buddy?
Twitch, it's just GodlikeRoy. That's easy. Twitch.tv/GodlikeRoy.
Bang, bang, bang. Draw Live Girl says, I saw your YouTube the other day. Cute blondie. Ever think about interviewing a female poker streamer? Who are considered female poker streamers? I don't know who that would be. I just thought another really good idea. Bro, I gotta say, I'll when we hang up, don't hang up with me. We'll hang up from the stream though.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Sometimes I wish I could be a koala. Hack Taco, you're not a koala? Question mark, question mark, question mark. We got some hard-hitting questions in the chat. Dude, I wish I could be a koala sometimes too. They just sleep like 18 hours a day and just get high on eucalyptus leaves. Not a bad life, if you ask me.
Okay, draw live. What are we fucking talking about? Talking about right
Koala
Roy, the fuck are you on, dude? Roy's thanks. Yeah, there's.
All right. Go back to the.
Dog, you tripping right now, dog. You fucking tripping right now, Roy. You tripping. All right, so Draw Live Girl is alleging she's a woman. Let's check out her Twitch profile. Okay, let's break this down from a GTO perspective, boys. We got a photo. We got a nice header, nice avatar photo. Looks a little emo-ish. I like her haircut. Nice color, a little blonde, a little dark in there. I really enjoy it. And we just say we broke down Greg in the same nature, so we're not doing this because she's a girl. We're doing this because we enjoy breaking people down. Disclaimer: I will probably pronounce your name wrong. I got a lot of love for that. I'm the same way. You can call me Draw Live Girl or any variation of the three names combined. Okay. I stream poker, LOL, and COC. I don't know what that means. I'll be using TeamSpeak for chatting. I don't know what TeamSpeak is. I probably need to get that too. Bovada, let's see. See what kind of rules she got. I'm pretty chill with whatever you want to talk about. Okay. Boobs, open boobs or show boobs. Okay. So got some photos. Okay. No photos? What is this? The catfish? What is this shit? I like her. I like her hair. All right.
I like the hair.
I really like her hair. We could have a hair competition if she's interested.
You're gonna lose that competition.
Listen, Draw Live Girl, if you play PLO, let me know. Get in touch with me. I'm interested in something. That's all I gotta say. Roy, you got anything you'd like to add before we wrap this up, my friend?
Nah, bro, it's been how long has it been going for? 2 hours? When did we start? 3 hours almost, maybe. Yeah,
technically almost 3 hours now. We've been Twitch. We gotta show a little love. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, now listen. If you're watching this back on YouTube on video demand and you made it to this long, you send me a message. You send Roy a message. I gotta show you some fucking love, okay? Because y'all are hardcore, and I got a lot of love for the hardcore fans. Lyman says you fuckers are all so professional. All kinds of graphics and pics and links. Yeah. Greg, I'm not a hater, I promise. Roy loves you. I like you, man. We're telling you we're not hating on you. We got love for you, buddy. If you think that we're hating on you, we'd like to ban you so you don't come back. We don't want to give off that type of hate environment. We're not haters around here. We're lovers. All right, Roy. Guys in the chat, I'll be back streaming probably later today. If not, follow Roy on Twitter at GodlikeRoy. So
Twitter is Roy Bassine.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Twitch is GodlikeRoy.
Sorry, you're actually not GodlikeRoy. I apologize.
You can follow the imposter at GodlikeRoy on Twitter. Send a message to get off my account.
Follow Roy on Twitch as well, guys. If you're interested in watching him play some Zoom PLO and learning about the game. Guys in the chat, I'll be back tomorrow night, actually. Tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be back with a guy named Ariel Schneller, who's used to be play as Foxwoods Fiend.
Wow.
Who's a fucking legend. I think he was involved in starting rapgenius.com. He went to Harvard. He's a lawyer in New York City. He's a boss. Oh, get a little band. Kim Jong Joey. I need to get some sound effects for all these banning things and all this fun stuff. So I'm excited. All right, guys. Much love. Be back soon. GDel. Shout out to GDel. He's doing a great job moderating, giving a couple links. That's Roy's Twitter. Check it out in the chat. And man, that's all I got. Roy, you got anything you want to add?
No, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on my Twitch stream or Joey's. We'll do a heads-up comp or something with some. We have some ideas with some female Twitch streamers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lyman, my buddy. I'll see you later, Lyman. Good luck on your stream. Make sure you check out Lyman's podcast. He does it every Tuesday night, Monday night, 8 p.m. Pacific. I think he does that. All right, guys. That's it. Peace out. Much love. Adios.